Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network and your host, Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Yo, what's going on? It is your boy Skywalker the Jedi back at y'all with another one. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with me rocking out, and I appreciate that. Much love all y'all out there. We here rocking out tonight, and we so grateful to have all y'all in the building. You dig? We are live. Man, this should be a very, very fun stream. Can't wait to get into this discussion tonight. Yes. Let's say what's up to everybody in the building. We got CY98 in the house. What's going on, bro? We got the Batman in the building. We got Sin Havoc 5150 in the house. We got the Curly Ray in here. What's going on, Curly Ray? Matter of fact, we was in a party earlier on Xbox while I was playing some Doom, the Dark Ages. You know what I mean? Dope game. And there'll be more on that coming soon. But what up, Curly Ray? We got Dennis Medina in the house. We got Bad Dan's thoughts in the building. What's going on, Bad Dan? Said I still need to catch last night's show on replay. I was out of town. Yeah, make sure you catch that show from last night, man. It was a lot of fun coming back, and we really glad that you guys are rocking out with the content, and we're gonna have a lot more stuff coming for you guys in the very near future. Right, we got who else in here? The Prime is in the building. What's going on, Prime? We got Cool One Only. What's going on, Cool One Only? DC Batman in the house. Right? Hey, yeah, bruh. Face the darkness, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Steppenwolf, dog. Dark side. You dig? The new gods, man. He said, what's going on? Happy Memorial Day. Yeah. Shouts out to all the veterans out there and everybody that has lost somebody who served in the military. Shouts out to all of them, man. We are here is only because of you guys. We're standing on the shoulders of giants. You dig? What's going on, Anatoly? Much love all y'all. Man, oh man. We got a lot of fun to get to tonight. Ain't here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. You dig? We about to be getting all this stuff. Let's go ahead and get through this little opening rigmarole so we can get started with the show. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button as well as the subscribe and share, as well as that notification bell, so that you know when I'm going live. You know, hit that bell, click all, so you get all the notifications. Because YouTube be tripping, but that's how the algorithm works. You know what I mean? It takes people coming into the stream and liking the stream and engaging with it for their note that people are being entertained, and then it sends it out to more subscribers. It's weird. It should send it out to all your subscribers, right? Theoretically speaking, but that's not the way that it works. Yeah. So it's just make sure you guys are smashing all that stuff, and shouts out to everybody that has been rocking out on our journey here, and everybody that will be rocking out going into the future. We love all you guys, and hopefully we'll keep you guys entertained while giving some good information at the same time, right? We have been the forefathers, the creators, the founders, the CEOs, the originators, the whatever you want to call us, of the what we've affectionately called ZSSM, Zack Snyder's Cell Movement. We've been using these two hashtags to try to get that conclusion of Zack Snyder's DC arc over on the Netflix platform, and have been using these hashtags as a vehicle to do so. If you don't like your, studio head all up in the movies, all in front of the camera, right, inserting himself and his dogs into your DC films, right? If you don't want that, then come on over to the Cell campaign, and you can rock out with us, and you'll find a home. We only ask 3 rules of engagement, which are that you guys be positive, don't mix the hashtags, and also don't tag, mention, quote, tweet, reply to, or anything like that anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to one James Gunn. You dig? ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X are also platforms that you guys should be following, as all pertinent information will be coming from there as well as myself and Apex Leon of the New Geeks. And lastly, but certainly not least, if you guys would like to sponsor a stream like the homie Good Austin is right now, right? Having his name scroll across the bottom. When you guys give super chats, they are tallied up, and whoever donates the most will sponsor a following stream and have your name scrolling across the bottom. You dig? Let's get caught up with the chat one more time, and we'll get started with the show. You dig? Make sure y'all smash that like button. Right? Yeah. He said, anything happened in the news today? I don't know. Y'all let me know. Because I've been out the loop, right? This, these streams that I'm doing right now, I'm still kind of in cleanup mode. There's been a lot of stuff going on these past few weeks, and I'm kind of here talking about a bunch of that stuff at one time. So if it was something crazy, let me know, and I will check it out. Oh yeah, I saw that. We're gonna get into that, but yeah. All right, cool. All right, what's going on? Hey, Mama Bear, and thank you for dipping on in here. Right? Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the show. Said the rabbit hole continues to deliver. Oh yeah. Right? No, we about to get into all that. He said also to the people that think the superhero genre needs to be family friendly, remember that the original superhero story opened with mass guillotine executions. By the way, the book is called The Scarlet Pimpernel by Baroness Emma Orczy, and it's awesome. So Dennis Medina with the book recommendation. You know what I'm saying? He said Mikey was right again. Let him know, Sin Havoc. What's going on, Frank C? Yeah, we about to get to it. But yeah, oh my God. Let's go ahead and let's get started, Joe. Okay. Before we start breaking these topics down individually, it has been, once again, I'm kind of combining all these stories that have been coming out in these past 2 weeks. Right. So there's a great deal of catching up that I'm doing. Right. So just bear with me because I know news moves so fast nowadays that everybody's like, wait a minute, Sky, all this stuff already been happening. Right. But yeah, I haven't been able to give my take on it, and shouts out to those who was trying to take my Twitter takes and put them on YouTube. So like I was talking about last night, but it's crazy, right? How much that this guy, James Gunn, is still obsessed with Zack Snyder. It's so clear in everything that he does, right? And it's funny because the James Gunn Zack Snyder comparison, just to be completely honest, right? In my opinion, I'm seeing a lot of parallels to the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese situation, right? And bear with me. It's right because it's like it's being propped up as this rivalry and it's like competitive thing, but when you look at it, it's really not that much of a comparison, right? Like you really can't compare the two, right? When Angel Reese was in college, she was on a very, very good college basketball team, and she kind of was able to use that to kind of help her have an undefeated record against Caitlin Clark in college. And then when you have them go to the pros, you see the separation in like skill level, right? And it just becomes get like wider and wider and wider, right? And while I think that thing would be able to die down if the party that probably doesn't really stack up in a lot of ways to the other party, right? I think that, at that same time, if there wasn't this constant like boosting up of the situation, um, you know, we probably wouldn't even be talking about it. And I think that that's very, very close to what we have with this James Gunn and Zack Snyder thing, right? Like, if James Gunn was not playing into this thing so much, right? So clearly, right? I mean, there's all these reports of like there being fucking Easter eggs making fun of the Snyder cut. You got leaks coming out that, it's about a bunch of or that they got a bunch of fucking online bots creating hashtags to try to make Superman look bad. If you look at, just how this thing has been being run, just this entire thing, it seems to be set up around like orbiting Zack Snyder and his fucking fan base and like his, just this whole thing, right? um I just I don't I don't understand why there was not like more of a push to create something a bit more original, right? Like every single thing seems to be some type of amalgamation of Christopher Reeve and Zack Snyder and with James Gunn's sensibilities. And it's very old. It's very it's very unexciting, right? If we were gonna, like, if you're gonna try to court the fan base of Zack Snyder, I think that the absolute wrong way to go about doing that is doing what James Gunn is doing right now, right? Which is taunting them, right? It's not gonna get them in the theater, right? And a lot of the core Zack Snyder fan base are DC fans at heart, you know. I don't care what you guys say. They try to act like, oh my God, no, they're only Zack Snyder fans. I guarantee you, most of us were DC fans way before Zack Snyder was even making movies, yo. I know I was. I know I've been a fan of DC since I was a little bitty kid. So to have people trying to now take our love for the marriage of Zack Snyder and DC and to try to make it seem like we uh just would accept nothing else that is of quality, it's just not true. And I've said this multiple times on stream and I will still stick to this. I think that if Warner Brothers or Warner Media or whoever, just if they happen to have like made better quality content after they ousted Zack Snyder, I think we would have had a much harder time getting that Snyder cut. But I think one of the reasons why we got it so relatively quickly is because of the quality level. Like it just severely dropped off, and it made it so much easier to, you know, to kind of compare and contrast what we were getting versus what Walter Hamada and company were serving us, right? So I think that if James Gunn would have like came into this thing with the right mindset and not tried to antagonize the Snyder fans, which is what he obviously did. Like from day one, he came in talking about, oh my God, it's a fractious fan base and we're not going to make everybody happy. Like who talks like that? Right? Like who talks like that coming in? You're talking like a loser. Like that's a loser mentality. Right? That is absolutely a loser mentality right there. And he's done nothing but, exude loser mentality with the entire cast. He keeps telling everybody, and look, and this is something that Neil Druckmann was doing, right? And also Kathleen Kennedy and them over at Star Wars. if you look, like, there seems to be this like this array of people that seem to be making the same mistakes and continuing to say the same things because they know that nobody's gonna want this shit. Right? So it's like they're pre-warning everybody. Hey man, everybody's gonna think that you suck. Everybody gonna think that this is gonna be bad. A lot of people aren't gonna like this. Like, why would you continue just living your life like that? Like, why would you continue keeping that type of shit in your career orbit? Right? Like, who wants to exist in that type of reality where like everything is just, oh my God, so many people aren't gonna like what we're doing. Who gives a shit? There's people that don't like what I do. You think I care? You think I care about the people that be stream sniping me and like posting my content to try to, I saw somebody and they sent me a video, and no, I actually appreciate when you guys send me this stuff, but I had saw the video right before I had came on, and I was about to play answer, but then I looked and the video had like 10 something. I was like, yo, I'm not about to comment on this, right? Like, I'm not gonna, like, yo, I don't care. And why continue to just have everybody be on this mode where it's like, hey, people really aren't gonna like this, but so it's like, yo, who, like, that is a loser mentality, and he is exuding that on to everybody that is working on this damn film, yo. And it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. And they're trying to make it seem like it's just the Snyder bros that think that this shit don't look good. But in reality, it's everybody, right? Like, look, you can only fool people that don't know better. Right? You can only fool people that don't know better, right? Hey, he said he dropping something off. Hey, right. But yeah, like, I used to be in my job and I would be having conversations with certain people, and I could tell that they didn't know anything about these type of situations, right? And I would try to be having conversations with them, but after a while, I just stopped because it's like, yo, man, certain people just aren't gonna get it. But it's not even that many of them anyway, right? So we're sitting here having these conversations about like a small group of people. It's like, bruh, most people don't rock with this shit. He said, honestly, it wouldn't have been competition if ZSJL 2 and 3 was greenlit as an Elseworlds. Bro, they don't even understand that, it would have been so much better if that was the route that they took. They already had the multiverse thing going on in the first place, right? There was no reason to, and Zack Snyder himself even said it when they were talking about the Green Lantern situation. When he's like, yo, if it's the multiverse and this don't really matter anyway, right? Why can't I have my Green Lantern? He's like, I cast my guy, you cast yours, and we see who the people rock with, right? So if Zack felt like that, I'm pretty sure that they could have made room for another Green Lantern. But no, it was all because of egos, yo. Egos. Right? Said those leaks are real. Bruh. Yeah, people wanted to act like they weren't real, bro. They wanted to act like those leaks weren't real, but the trailer confirmed that they were. It confirmed it. Like, yo, the whole Superman and Lois getting into an argument, right? Lex Luthor in these pocket universes, which is clearly a shot at the Snyder. Like, it's like, come on, man. Come on, yo. Lex Luthor controlling some monkeys with a bot army. Get out of here. He said, WB accusing Snyder fans of being bots is so hypocritical. It's hilarious considering recent revelations. Hey, look, it's always been like that, right? If they can't control you, they just call you a bot. If you saying something that they don't like, you're a bot, or you're a Snyder fan. You're a Snyder bro, a Snyder cultist. All these content creators can't even, bro. Aries Spears was talking about how y'all be calling him a Snyder cultist. So if you got actors that know what's going on and they're saying, yo, like, I can't even comment on this situation without being accused of being a fucking Snyder cultist, right? Like, what does that say? They act like we're the problem, though. That's what's so wild. They act like we're the problem, but yet you literally are having all these content creators, actors, and people in Hollywood that literally have to couch their comments by saying, hey guys, I'm not a Snyder cultist. That says more about the environment surrounding those people than it does those individual people. I hope you guys realize that. Like, if you can't even critique a fucking DC property or like a movie or a Superman movie or whatever, if you can't even critique it without being labeled a Snyder cultist or a Snyder bro or whatever, I'm gonna play a video. You had a female content creator that said the same thing and was low-key saying the same tired talking points, talking about how she thought that Zack Snyder Superman was too dark. And I would just say, hey, have you ever seen Justice League Unlimited? Have you ever seen Superman, the animated show? Superman was never just, hey, hi. I mean, look, maybe in the 70s, dog, with Superman the movie. Crazy. Right? He said, I have a few friends that really think that this is a step in the right direction. They felt that Snyder was just too preachy, too focused on making Superman Jesus. That was basically it. Well, I'm glad you have a few friends that are actually looking forward to it. I'm going to show some numbers in a little bit. But yo, if anybody was saying that he was preachy by making Superman Jesus, I would ask them, do they know who Superman is? Are they really familiar with Superman's, history? It's kind of always been like that, right? He said, bottom of the backgrounds. Let me see. Well, we switching the background again. So, hey, oh yeah. Hey, oh yeah. There we go. See that? There we go. My man. Right? My man. All right. You know what? I'm sorry, but the old one gotta go. I'm about to delete it. I gotta delete it. Yeah, we on this now. You dig? Much love, bro. Yeah. Much love, much love. You said. Hold on now. Oh wait, can't spoil that. That what's the name was looking a little crazy. Hold up. Let me pull this up just to get this ready. Yeah, did. But yeah, I'm not. I ain't playing these games no more, dude. People want to sit there and be like, oh, oh, I can't do that. All right, let me pull this up. Pull this up. You did. Okay. Oh wait, what's this? Mm. Mm. Oh yeah. All right. I'm sure gonna. Bro, what's going on? This computer going a little haywire. I mean, not haywire, but yeah. All right. Had to get that right. They got the bot farms getting out there. All right. But yeah, no. We about to get to it. All right. He says they criticize Man of Steel. We return the criticism back. Dude, come on, man. Said someone at work said the new Superman trailer was awful. Bro, most people is that I know is not rocking with that shit. I know a couple people, and they're typically James Gunn fans, but we're about to go into, you know, look, it's crazy. Said saw a Snyder hater tell me that Superman the animated series was the best version of the character because he has no internal conflict, even though his first scene in that show is internal conflict. Bruh, they didn't watch that show, bruh. They didn't watch it. He said, Snyder haters. Superman isn't Jesus. Superman 78. I sent them you, my only son. He said, such a perfect Superman movie. His only begotten son, bro. That's what's wild. That's what's wild. Nar says the idea that people would see Superman as a religious figure similar to Jesus is normal and been done so many times already. Zack isn't the first. Right? Oh yeah. Nah, I ain't about to bring up that popcorn bucket. Right? Yeah. He said, I sent them to you, my only son. Mm-hmm. Bad Dan starts with the member chat for 16 months. This movie is gonna bomb. This is a reality. Gunny Poo does not have appeal outside of Guardians. WBD will be begging Netflix to buy. Also, shout out to Ezra Miller for getting that vampire movie. Shout out to you, Bad Dan. For sure, bro. Let me go ahead and play you this drop. You dig?
Kay Walton, James Gunn's not more successful than Zack Snyder at the box office. Zack Snyder, look at Batman v Superman and how well 300 did and all that stuff. Boy, I gotta tell you, James Gunn's fans, you guys are like, you're more aggressive. Let's just say more aggressive than even Snyder fans, and that's saying something. Woo! And you got a lot of free time, I must say.
Right. Said sent them in the Star of Bethlehem, and people think Zach man. I'm like, bro, come on, man. I sent them to you. My only Oh my god, man. This is wild, bro. But look, let's go ahead and get into this, right? Because this movie's still getting dragged, bro. Right? This movie's still getting dragged. First of all, they smooth want to act like we wouldn't go notice that they edited out Superman closing his eyes when the can hit him in the back of the head. Bro, y'all might as well should have left it in, bro. We saw it. Right? Wait, where'd that video go? What did I take that one out? Yeah, I'll bring that one back in a second. But look, let's go ahead and let's get into some of these reactions about this movie. You know what I'm saying? Because people are still giving a 2 cents, and they're acting like it's just us, yo. This might be one of my favorite ones I'm about to play right now. Watch this.
Just watched the new Superman trailer. Here with Sean Fennessy and Chris Ryan on Bill Simmons. Why? Why does this movie exist? Why?
And then he went on to say this.
You're not excited. You won't see it in theaters.
There's no way. No way. 0% chance.
Did you ever watch any of the Guardians movies?
I saw a couple of them.
Why? Why? Oh my God. Hold up. Let me play that again.
Just watched the new Superman trailer. Here with Sean Fennessy and Chris Ryan on Bill Simmons. Why? Why does this movie exist? Why?
Bro, are they fucking cultists, bro? Bro, are they cultists, dog? Oh my God. Whew. Said the retcon is confirmed. No more calling it a reboot, right? Oh my God. Austin with the member chat for 16 months saying, oh shit, before I pass out. I think Osa was spot on yesterday with Black Adam numbers, about 390. And that clip of Grace coming soon in an effective video. Hey, shout out to the homie, the good Austin with the member chat. You dig? Let me go ahead and play something for you, bro.
Twitter, and I saw, man, the Zack Snyder fans are weirdos. I'm
Do you think James Gunn can reboot the DC universe properly?
Does this answer your question?
Oh my gosh. James Gunn. 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 Woo!
That shit is a drop nowadays, bro. But why? I'm gonna play that one more time, dog, and then I'm gonna play the second one too to follow up with it. That shit is hilarious.
Just watched the new Superman trailer. Here with Sean Fennessy and Chris Ryan on Bill Simmons. Why? Why does this movie exist? Why?
You're not excited. You won't see it in theaters.
There's no way. No way. 0% chance.
Did you ever watch any of the Guardians movies?
I saw a couple of them.
No way. No way. Right. I'm guessing that this is from the Bill Simmons podcast. He said that should be a drop. Why? I'm sorry, this shit is hilarious.
Just watched the new Superman trailer. Here with Sean Fennessy and Chris Ryan on Bill Simmons. Why? Why does this movie exist? Why?
Why does it exist? Why does it exist? Oh my God, yo. What's going on, Leon? Hilarious, yo. Right? But nah, like, they want to act like we're all cultists, yo. If anybody don't like this movie, right? Oh, and here's that clip. They want to act like we didn't know that they was going to edit that shit out, right? They want to act like, hold up. No, hold up. Let me, how do I loop this thing? Yeah, let me loop this, John. All right, let me loop this real quick just so y'all can keep seeing this, right? They want to act like we wasn't going to notice that they edited out him closing his eyes, bro. Right. You thought we wasn't going to notice? Do you not know that I can see you? They don't know we can see him, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy, yo. He said they got brain rot. Right? He said, I honestly have not still seen his new trailer. I'm surprised y'all were able to press play. Nah, I had to hear his voice, bro. I had to hear his voice, bro. I had to hear his voice, dog. And it's so crazy. And look, it's not that, it's not that I'm going to say David Cornsweet is a bad actor. That's not what I'm going to say. It's just that Superman is supposed to have a certain kind of aura to him, right? Like, you're supposed to be able to, like, that shit is supposed to damn near radiate. You know what I mean? And I just don't think it's in him. I don't think it's in him. I didn't see it when they cast him. I didn't see it in the suit reveal. I haven't seen it in any of the trailers, any of the clips. I just don't see it. And shit like this, right? Where like he's like I don't even understand how, first of all, him blinking from the can even makes it into the trailer to begin with, but then it makes it in. We all start making fun of it, and then all of a sudden they put that shot back in there like, hey guys, we fixed it. Hey guys, we fixed it, right? No. No. He said Sin Havoc was right again about the lawsuit. He absolutely was. Facts. He said he does have good headcanon look for a grown-up Superboy. Yeah, and you know what's crazy? I'm not sure if that's gonna make sense, but a grown-up Superboy shouldn't even, it won't always equate to a Superman, right? Because I can see him when he was younger playing Superboy, but that don't mean you can grow up and play Superman, right? Superboy and Superman are two different things. You know what I mean? Superboy is Superboy. Superman is Superman. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. Mama Bear said, I didn't want to see him throwing a temper tantrum, right? And what's crazy is Leon and I were having this conversation. With Superman being the most powerful being on the planet, it's always very important that he keep his cool and he be tempered, right? And he how can I say this? Like, that's one of the reasons why Ben Affleck's Batman was trying to go after him so bad. He's like, yo, man, this guy can just lose his temper any day and Lord knows what'll happen. So it's always best to, for men in these types of situations, just in general, for men to keep their cool. But it's even so much more important for Superman to keep his cool, especially when you're talking to Lois Lane, dog. Right? Especially when you're talking to Lois Lane, dog. You ain't supposed to lose your cool with Lois Lane asking you some questions, dog. Right? Like, look at the dichotomy between that scene and the one in BVS between Clark and Lois in the bathtub, right? Where he gives her a little bit of pushback, still stays stoic, doesn't get all, you know what I'm saying? And she's like giving him some energy and saying, hey, people could have died and people saying this and blah, 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 right? But he didn't act like that. He didn't start yelling at her and raising his voice and, oh my, people were going to die. Like, it's like, bro, No, it's not cool. You know, it's not Superman for him to be losing his cool like that and be yelling at Lois in the middle of a fucking argument. Like, it's wild. It's wild. So yeah, I understand why, especially women would see Superman yelling at Lois in that manner and be like, yo, what the hell? You know? Right. Social says, I cringe every time I see those two guys shouting out James Gunn. I'm not excited at all for this new Superman movie. Hey, it don't matter. We're all bots. Said, hey, buddy, eyes up here. Yeah, but he said, get to it. Oh, man. Nah, I know what you meant by the Superboy thing. I was just saying, like, yeah, no, he actually does look like when he was younger, he could have played Superboy. But it's like, nah, man. Mm-mm. Yeah, Superman doing a cannonball is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Why does he need to do a cannonball? I don't even remember him doing a cannonball, bro, but I wouldn't be shocked. Right? Yeah. It says Henry was stoic. David has already come off as easily triggered. Yeah, because he ain't Superman, dog. Said he kept his cool when handcuffed, when he surrendered to the military. Right? Like, you see what I mean, bro? Dude's got handcuffed, right? Was going through way more than this one's gonna go through. You already know that, right? Says I love to see Corn Sweat and Krypto's stupid ass take on the side. Yo, you know what's funny? Speaking of Krypto, let's go ahead and go to this next video. Who is this chick about to shoot James Gunn some bail? But even she's sounding a little confused and don't know if this shit's gonna be good. Let's see what she has to say.
It's hard for me to talk about any of this without automatically being accused of being a Snyder fanboy, fangirl, whatever. I did not like Zack Snyder's Superman. Personally, I thought Zack Snyder's Superman was too dark. I feel like this Superman is moving in the right direction of being that brighter, typical Superman. That's just who he is, right? He's a hopeful character. My issues, though, are the following. I know how James Gunn writes. And again, the fact that we have a dog that's literally a self-insert does not bode well for the rest of the movie. On top of that, we do need a dichotomy between Superman and Clark Kent himself. Clark Kent has to be the clumsy one that makes mistakes and is goofy, and Superman should be a little more stoic. And I'm kind of getting the vibe that both Clark Kent and Superman are the exact same person in this. God, that suit is so Party City, babe. No.
Hey, buddy.
No. I know people are gonna get mad at me about the dog, but I'll say it. I'll say it. You know what? Listen, you can look this up. Okay, James Gunn apparently adopted some dog that is such a pain in the ass that he apparently had to be doing his script writing on the kitchen counter because the dog was biting his ankles or whatever. Scruffy looking little guy like this. I get it. I love dogs. My own dog looks like a f***ing hyena, okay? I'm not one to talk. But like, if I was gonna cast a Krypto, I would cast probably like a big Labrador looking thing, which to me is kind of always what he looked like.
Everybody knows about the Labrador, dog. Everybody knows about the Labrador, dog. You couldn't cast a white lab, bro, in all of Hollywood with all the animal trainers, bro. All the people that work in Hollywood with animals and dogs and all that shit. You couldn't find a white Labrador, dog. He said, and she said Party City, right? She tried to shoot him some bail. Hey, I think this is a step in the right direction, right? I didn't like Zack Snyder's Superman, right? Blah, 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 blah. Insert all the talking points. But yo, even this damn Superman, this shit look whack, yo. This is crazy. Mama Bear said, and Akita will work too. Facts, something closer. Self-inserts. Get me a Labrador and I'll retrieve it. Right? Brick Builder said, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, no live action cinematic DC universe should have Krypto in it. Just know. And I've read comics my whole life. He's barely in them except exclusively kid ones. Thank you. Once I knew Krypto the super dog was in this movie, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Like, how are your expectations for this movie gonna be any higher knowing that Krypto is in it, bro? The fucking super dog. Really? Might as well be Airbud, bro. It might as well be fucking Airbud, man. Said, and the score is doing nothing but tainting John Williams, Donner, and Reeves' legacy, not to mention wasting Zimmer's, which is better for today, in my opinion. And everybody knows it, and everybody rocks with it, bro. ASAP said, I came in 50 minutes late to the stream. What I missed, fam? We cooking, bro. Gotta go back. You know what I'm saying? He said, Sky, the Harvey Weinstein casting his podcast got Gunn roasted. Yo, and shout out to that dude, man. I always forget his name. The first movie I ever saw him in was Identity, the one with John Cusack in it, right? Really, really good movie. It has John Cusack in it. What is his name? The one that passed away not that long ago. Ray Liotta is in it. A few other actors of note, but great movie, great twist, ending. Yeah, I saw Identity, and he plays a character in that. And bro, he's not Pa Kent, bro. He's not Pa Kent. He said Harvey Weinstein. All right, yeah. Mikey Sutton was right again, bro. Alan Belk said, check out Alan Moore's Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow to see Krypto done right. All right. Says Strange Brew already did a super dog. Airbud is a way better choice than Gunn inserting his own dog. Bro, we couldn't even get the right dog, bro. Mama Bear says, to quote a certain co-head, Krypto is kitty bait. Is that really what he said? Is that really what he said? He said it's kitty bait. Says I'm so sick of slow down versions of familiar themes and trailers. Bro, we couldn't get nothing new. And that's my point. Like, if you're gonna come in and do all this shit, wah, wah, wah. Right? If you're gonna come in and do all this fucking retcon, right? Then at least do something different, bro. Nate's meme said Gunn's legacy will be putting the last nail into the DCU's coffin, bro. He said, bro, he do look like him. All right. ASAP says McQuarrie was gonna make a masterpiece Superman film. No shame, no shade to Zack. Obviously, if it ain't Zack, bring in McQuarrie. He was gonna bring Tom Cruise in the Snyderverse. I'm done, bro. That's the thing, right? Here's the thing about how we feel. You know, as long as Zack was gonna be doing the team up movies, that's all that I was concerned with, right? Because the original plan, Zack was not going to be directing all of the movies. So everybody tries to make these arguments like, yo, you guys only want Zack to do everything. It's not fucking true, man. He wasn't going to do the Suicide Squad movie or the sequel. He was going to do Man of Steel 2, but then he wasn't going to do that one. And for somebody else was going to be brought in, we still would have been fine with that. As long as Zack was doing the team up movies, bro. They had other people working for Flash. Ben Affleck was going to do the Batman movie. It was already going to be filmmakers playing in the universe, and Zack was not going to direct everything. So this notion that all we care about is Zack Snyder fucking directed DC films is just not true. He was never going to direct everything. He was never going to direct everything. So, and to learn now about Christopher McQuarrie's take for Superman, which I'm gonna play that video a little later, right? But you know, it just definitely is a waste, man, because you know, we just live in this reality where this alternate ass road got taken back, and we're here with all these trash ass movies, and we're having to deal with low box office fucking results and low viewership, right? Because we're gonna break it down. All right. So he actually said it's kitty bait. That is ridiculous. James Gunn should never say kitty bait given his history. But he don't know no better because he can't help himself. People like that cannot help themselves, yo. And that's why we go so hard over here and why we ain't letting up, right? Because people want to act like, oh, it was just some joke, Sky. It was just, nah, dude. People like that, bro. Because I would never joke like that. I would never go to those kind of parties. I would never do these types of things. Said stealing Zack ideas ain't gonna work for you. Right. Said the real question is, why did WB pick a self-proclaimed PDF file to make a Superman movie for kids? I don't know, bro. And then he's using terms like kitty bait for Krypto. Wild. Said not a Snyder fan, check. Mentions the lab, check. Trash the suit, check. So not just us, ain't right? Yeah. See, you see it all the time. All right. But yeah, it was still some more reactions. Let me play this one.
When he says, hey, buddy, eyes up here. Because, dude, you're wearing red underwear on the outside of your pants, okay? And you're going to call somebody out for looking at your crotch or whatever. It's just weird. It's just so unneeded. It's so James Gunn. It's so infantile. So, I hate all of those aspects. I hate them. Hate. But I can still accept that, that's just James Gunn shit, and I'm not going to like it. I could still probably enjoy the movie and even understand the characterization of the character. And again, it looks really cool. It looks really fun. And I think it's just going to come down to personal taste, particularly with the Gunn humor, right? Maybe you're down. Maybe you think it's cool. Remember, though, I would just like to point out that these jokes in the trailer, that sensibility is apparently also attributed to super shit and I'm Superman, bitches. So I just want to say that even if you don't necessarily, even if you are cool with the stuff that's in the trailer, consider that type of humor, that sensibility will be extended to things like hashtag super shit and I'm Superman, bitches. Just want to point that out. So there's some stuff to be a little concerned with, right? At the end of the day, will I be able to handle a James Gunn jokey Guardians of the Galaxy Superman? I mean, we'll see. I think I can handle the trailer, and if it's fun enough, if the DC universe itself is cool enough, established enough, I think I could probably get down. I've said this before. I said it in the video on Wednesday, but I'll say it again here. I'm more excited for Supergirl. I'm more excited for the Lanterns, and it's completely because it's not James Gunn. And this is just because I don't like James Gunn's taste. I think it's too infantile. I think Peacemaker is like unabated Gunn, and I hate it. So I'm not going to be down with that. You know what I mean? And I think Warner Brothers, they're probably going to keep a keen eye on how this movie is actually perceived, talked about, and how it performs in the box office, because I know for a fact that there are other people at Warner Brothers that feel the same way as I do. I've talked to some of them.
Real quick, before we get into super shit, and just like Dan Nerds was just kind of touching on, he was talking about the Peacemaker sensibilities and just, you know, overall not being a fan of James Gunn's sensibilities, right? And when we talk about people being James Gunn fans, I have continued to say, hey, I don't think that that it is a large enough fan base to cater to, especially for trying to retcon an entire universe and then bringing on new fans that are just going to be exclusively his. You can't do that. DC is already in too much of a fragile state anyway, and with them choosing to do this, and pretty much like almost just splitting their fan base into sections, right? These are the numbers of the people that watched the Peacemaker premiere and the season finale. Okay, everybody talking about how much they love Samba TV, right? Everybody loves Samba TV. All right, cool. This shit did YouTube numbers. Excuse me, I was saying that this had hit 645,000, right? But I was absolutely wrong. It was 638,000. And the finale, right? Fucking Penguin had like 5 million viewers, dog. Right? And that shit can't even get a season 2. Think about that. Penguin had 5 million people. And they can't even get a season 2. This shit got barely a million put together. Bro, it's pretty safe to say not even a million people watch this show. I think it's pretty safe to say not even a million people watch this fucking show. And yet they talking about season 2, season 3. Right? So when I be seeing people and having these conversations at work, and they be like, oh yeah, I love Peacemaker, I just count him as one of these. It's like, all right, cool. You wanted a 600, you wanted a 584 that have finished it. Ain't nobody give a shit about this show, yo. And this shit getting season 2, season 3, talking about, oh yeah, Peacemaker gonna be one of the linchpins of the DCU, right? This shit crazy. Talk about ego. That is embarrassing, dog. Oh yeah, no. We about to bring that up too. Trailer getting roasted by porn parody producers, bruh. What is going on? Said, meanwhile, ZSJL beat out Falcon and Winter Soldier on a much inferior platform. Facts. Bro, beat out everything, dog. But they want to act like it didn't do numbers. But yet they'll sit there and tell you that Peacemaker's a fucking success. Nah, man, we ain't going, dog. Said, don't forget he shit on Zack's characters at the end of season 1. Facts. Right? Talked about Aquaman fucking fish, right? Right? Yeah. Come on, man. And this is the guy that you put in charge of DC. He said the studio has never come out to debunk those numbers either. Because they know what's up, bro. Said, remember when Gunn said the new DCU was going to be a total reboot? Gunn lies constantly. Bruh, Gunn lies like he breathes, bruh. Say, yeah, to make the trailer and ad, you can't skip till 30 seconds and they count that as views. Yeah, yo. Shit is paid promotion. Shit is paid promotion. Right? Yeah. I just checked out that article. I think I'm gonna have to do another stream on that. So that's gonna be another situation. WBD still hasn't released ZSJL streaming numbers. I bet you that shit was more than 648K. I bet you it was way more than that. I bet you. Right? I bet you that shit was way more than that. Bro, they said that the Snyder cut brought in 3 million fucking subscriptions in just that month. A lot of us had HBO Max ever since they announced they was gonna get the Snyder cut. So how many of us like was already fucking subscribed? Ridiculous. Right? It's basically a DC showcase. Yep. Showcase all the characters, right? Hey, look at what you guys can come by. Right? But anyway, this super shit hashtag, right? That is going to be in this movie. Unless they fucking decide to take it out. But who knows if they even have time. But allegedly, Lex Luthor is going to be in control of some gleeks that are controlling bots to get people to bash Superman online using the hashtag super shit. Now, I wanted to discuss this because I'm going to say this, and I really don't care how this comes off because I know what I know. Matter of fact, there's been so many times that like we've taken bullets and said stuff online and people act like we're crazy, and then you'll have to come back later and admit that we were right. You know, we fucking tell y'all, hey, certain people ain't cool. They be like, oh no, Sky, y'all tripping. Da-da-da-da-da. And then oh no, actually, they were right. Right? A lot of these people be coming on here and they be sitting here trying to like, you know, tell us that we don't know what we're talking about when I've personally debunked some of these places. Some of your favorite outlets, Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, I've personally debunked them. Like personally asked questions and gotten answers from Zack Snyder and other people and went and found out, you know, and hey, so it is what it is, right? But James Gunn has been so obsessed with this fan base, right? You know, it's been quite obvious ever since he's he's like literally come on from his statements and him really going at Mikey Sutton's website and all that, right? And liking tweets that was going at me and the homies, right? Still got those screenshots. You know what I'm saying? Where he's liking tweets, dissing me and the homies. So we know that he's super like plugged in about the the goings on in the Snyder community and the who's who, right? All of the movers and shakers. And there was at one point where there was an iteration of this story that was going to possibly have like a black Lex Luthor, right? And when I heard that, I couldn't help but laugh, right? Because at this point, obviously the sale thing is going on, and we have all this behind the scenes information of like these nicknames that they got for all of us over at the Cool Table and in the Syndicate Network before it was affectionately called the Syndicate Network, right? But the whole Cool Table, we all had nicknames, right? We all had nicknames and stuff. Austin was the hacker, right? And it's the stuff that's going around the WBD offices. And so like, and I don't want to hear anything because like this was like super up-to-date information. We used to hear shit that was going on like the same day it was happening, right? And we would know because there would be something that would play out in the fucking media that would let us know like, oh shit, they actually are watching our streams and stuff like that, right? And I'd be getting messages like, oh my god, one of the interns is watching y'all right now. That's why we used to be talking so brashly, saying hey and saying hi to the interns and waving at them and all that stuff. That's why we were acting like that, right? But the black Lex Luthor thing was tripping me out. I'm like, bro, ain't no fucking way he's gonna have a black Lex Luthor, right? And especially with what my nickname was, which I will get into that in a second, right? So I'm laughing about it, but I'm low-key hoping. I'm like, bruh, I kind of hope he does this shit, right? Now, obviously, he didn't end up doing it, right? But I couldn't help but notice the parallels when I'm sitting here looking at this, right? You were going to have a black Lex Luthor when my nickname is what my nickname was, right? This is in the middle of the sale shit, y'all. Of like the peak of like, yo, they, James Gunn talking shit about us in the trades, and hey, yeah, it's the wackiest hashtag I ever seen in my life, right? I'm like, so Lex Luthor was gonna be black, right? There's for all these things like what led to John Campea being in the Peacemaker suit, what their plan originally was, their original plan before having John Campea wear that suit was they were gonna have a black guy dressed as Peacemaker at Comic-Con, right? And then that idea got shot down because this is right after I went to Stone Quarry, by the way. So they wanted their own version. So it was going to be a black guy going to Comic-Con, but then that kind of morphed into John Campea wearing that suit. So that's why I always laugh when y'all bring up that John Campea had on that Peacemaker suit, because he literally had that suit on because I went to fucking to Stone Quarry dressed as Superman. That's literally what happened, right? So all these things are going on. It's like, hey, you're gonna have this black fucking Lex Luthor, right? Like, we got what we got going on. You're giving us all these nicknames, and then now I hear that Lex Luthor, right? That Lex Luthor in this film has monkey-like creatures that created a hashtag that goes viral to make Superman look bad. Now, I ain't the smartest dude in the fucking world, bro. I ain't the smartest dude in the world. I know I'm not. I ain't never said that I was. But that shit don't sound a little weird to y'all. And does anybody want to guess what my nickname was around the WBD offices? Does anybody want to guess? I'll wait. I will wait, and I will see if any of you guys want to guess what my nickname was around the WBD offices. He said he's catering to kids, but forgot the Smurfs movie drops the following week and Jurassic World before then. Hey, kitty bait. Kitty bait. Right? He said, super shit. No. Lex Luthor. No. But you're close. That is close, Batman. Right? Mama Bear said, I know what Ray Fisher calls you, Black Superman. Hey, nah. Bruh, my nickname was the Mastermind. They were calling me the Mastermind. So, my nickname around y'all offices was the Mastermind. You was considering having a black Lex Luthor, right? And then this fucking transfers over into you having a traditional Lex Luthor that has monkey-like creatures that created a fucking hashtag that goes viral to make Superman look bad. Bruh. Yo, and it's funny, right? Because, and Leon can fucking attest to this, right? I'm like glad that he is still in the chat, right? When we first heard about the leaks, right? I called him. I was like, bro, am I tripping? I'm like, bro, am I tripping or should I feel a certain way? Like, what the fuck? Right? He said, the fuck? Yep, right? Insane. No, this is all facts. Said the truth is stranger than you think, right? Yeah, they really spiting you on it. Bro, no. This is crazy. This is crazy. He said Flex Luger to Jai, right? Wow, yo. Matter of fact, hold up. Cause I had ended up finding one of those tweets, right? Cause people be like, Sky, man, you bugging, bruh. You bugging. Ain't no way that James Gunn even know who you are, bro. You just a nobody, right? When I used to be at my job, it was like a little running joke. They were like, man, you ain't nothing. You just a regular old employee. I'm like, yeah, I know. Right? But we shall see. Right? Let me add this in 1 second. But yeah, like it's wild, Joe. It's wild sitting here and like really having this shit play out in front of your eyes, and then having having moments where you find out shit like, hey, there's gonna be there is gonna be a some monkey-like creatures. Mama Bear keeps saying that they're gleeks. I know they're gleeks, but gleeks kind of look like monkeys. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. All right. Let me upload this. You know what? I ain't even gonna edit out old boy logo. I'm gonna just leave it there. Right? This is an old tweet. You know what I'm saying? Right? James Gunn liked that shit. And they was putting it out there like, hey, there you go. Right? James Gunn liked that shit. And they was running with it. So you can't on one hand say that, hey, James Gunn know who y'all are and he making fun of y'all. And then on the other hand say, oh, ain't no way that he'd be talking about you. Right? Ain't no way they, he don't know you like that. Well, he knew me enough to like a fucking tweet with my name in it. Said, I remember Mikey Sutton saying WB people were saying Skywalker is dangerous. You do remember that, right? Yeah, that's what the word around town was. Ask about me. You know what I mean? No. No. You can't on one hand, snap. You can't on one hand have people that is talking to this guy online and all that shit, flexing like, hey, yeah, see, James Gunn don't like y'all. James Gunn don't like y'all. And then when this shit happened, well, actually, this monkey shit can't be going on, man. It can't be going on, bro. What up, Leon? How you doing, bro? He said,
Yo.
I am the one who knocks, bro. Bro, they don't realize, bro. I am the one who knocks, dog.
Danger comes knocking at your door. I am the one who knocks. Yeah, I remember that.
Man, open the door, get shot. That's what you think of me?
Yeah.
Right? I am the one who knocks, bro.
Hey, that's when she knew. When he said that, she looked at him like, yo, this ain't my husband no more.
Right? Oh, my God.
I don't know who this man is.
I don't know who he is, but this is a different kind of cat I'm talking
it's
to.
Heisenberg. That's who it is. Hey, shout out to
what's going on, bro?
Man, I had to jump on real quick. I ain't gonna be on too long. I just wanted to back up what he was saying a little bit because, like, that's crazy, right? Like, I know it sounds weird and far-fetched. Hey, look, we could just talk about it. Like,
I don't care, bro.
And
I don't care,
right?
bro.
Either way, right? Because, like, everything else that we've talked about has never been debunked. Everything we've ever said has either been in some way, shape, or form the truth or just straight up the truth. Because you know how it is behind the scenes, things pivot, things change. Just like you saw that he got hit in the head with a can and he blinked and now he didn't. You know, things happen, right? Behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, looking from the outside in, if I separate myself from the situation, I'll be like, I mean, I get what he's saying. It sounds like something that could be real.
Hey,
then you look at these posts.
Hey, like that Skysenberg.
Hey. Shirt
that one
coming
gets
soon.
A gold star, Mama Bear. Skysenberg.
Shirt coming soon.
Bruh, I'm going to have that hat on too, dog. I got to have a hat.
Facts.
I'll be right back, though.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold it down.
For sure. But yeah, it's just crazy because, like, I got a post where, separate from, I don't know if Scott showed it because I wasn't looking at the stream for a little bit, but I got a post that Gunn liked where the post was dissing me as well. It was me and some other prominent Snyder fan who's mostly on like social media on Twitter and whatnot. And I was just like, that's crazy because the post with Sky, Gunn is not tagged at all. The post with me, he's not tagged at all. I'm like, how's this guy seeing this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's either being alerted to it or he's looking at it himself. Either way, it's really odd. And both of those posts were promoted, or what I mean by I think mine was even constructed, I should say, by RJ, that clown. But yeah, I don't know if I was supposed to say his name or not, but F him, he ain't nobody. But yeah, it was weird. It's weird seeing that type of stuff. Alleged big time movie director somehow has, your name or your presence on his mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's just strange, and not too far-fetched to believe that this guy will go out of his way to have little gags in the film, at the very least, dissing the fan base overall, right? It starts to become like a weird slippery slope when you start paying attention to context, when we say, like, these people were having conversations about us behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? His camp and people around him behind the scenes, right? Sky already talked about that, giving us little nicknames and things of that nature, right? And again, without context, without these little clues that a perpetually online director, because y'all know how he used to be online 24/7, and the joke was always, yo, bro, do you have a job? Don't you got movies to direct? Don't you got people to hire for your little projects and your little slate? Why are you online so much, right? To the point that this man was liking posts or tweets at the time, I should say, that directly slandered Skywalker, and separate from that, myself. Let me see if I can find. Actually, I know I can find it because I know exactly where it is. This post. And I'm going to send it to Sky. So that'll be 2 separate posts about 2 separate people from an alleged, supposed big-time Hollywood movie director. I'm going to tell you this before I add this other point that's separate from Gunn, but also surrounding someone who could probably be a colleague of his, right? I don't know the guy's name, the executive's name, but y'all would know better than me because y'all keep up with that information better than me sometimes, and I appreciate that. Remember the guy who was bragging about having fake accounts on Twitter and social media so that he can talk shit to fans? You remember that, right? Another millionaire executive, right? This shit is not beneath these people to be out here on social media.
Are you talking about Casey Bloys?
Yeah.
Yep, I remember.
The internet to talk shit about fans. If they'll do that, what you think they'll do about a movie? Put little details in to talk shit. At the very least, hashtag super shit with a bunch of monkeys involved is a direct shot at either Superman fans who complain, Snyder fans who complain, or specifically guys like myself and Skywalker. Or I put it in order. Skywalker and myself. They was calling this dude mastermind. And yeah, one of those drafts of that script had a Superman that was black. Or excuse me, a Lex Luthor that was black.
Black Lex Luthor, dog. Facts. Black Lex Luthor.
So put all the context together. The possibility.
Y'all see now why Mikey used to be laughing so hard, bro.
Yeah. Oh, like, Mikey used to be in tears
y'all. Yeah, he was in tears, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he was damn near crying when he told me. He was like, yo, I can't believe they're fucking considering this, but they might have a black Lex Luthor. And I was like, what?
Yep. Where is this post?
Come on, man.
I can't wait to find this.
Hold up. Let me read the super chat from the homie CY with the $20 super chat saying, now I'm just imagining Gunn glimpsing Skywalker in a mastermind out of the corner of his eye and Gunn doing his best not to shit himself. Bruh, He called me the mastermind, dog. That shit was crazy. Hey, at least he knew what was up. Motherfucking 12th level intellect, kid. Oh my god, they don't know, bro. They don't know.
Fact, they better know.
they don't know. Let me go ahead and give you this drop, and also get a homie Leon some time to find that tweet. We'll be right back.
Hold on, Drake. You ain't gonna say nothing else before, we continue the party?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just need a moment of silence for this. Psst. I see dead people.
Mustard on a beat, how deep, bro. Any rap nigga, he a freak, though. Man down, call an ambulance, tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like, what's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all in they mama. How many op really got? Mean it's too many options. Finish pass on his body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogie man, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walking down, whole time I know he got some pulling him, extra shit, bully throwing him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they're in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand me down. And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Papa got a real taste, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedestal. Drop, fuck him up. I'ma do my stuff. Why you calling like a bitch, ain't you? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably they not like us. 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 They not like us.
Bro, he said trying to copy a movie and it's probably a Snyder. Oh my God, y'all going in, bro. Y'all going in, man. Much love. Nah, this is crazy, yo. I can't like when but can we kind of talk about that conversation though? Because I just want you to kind of confirm that is exactly what happened. Like I called, bro, and I was like, yo, am I tripping? Because that is immediately what was on my mind, bro.
Oh yeah, it was crazy because like correct my details if I'm wrong, but like he didn't say shit like about any details. He like mentioned like give me what you said in the beginning because it was vague as hell, and then we both connected at the same time. You had asked me a question. You said something about the trailer, and you said, "Did you see what I saw?" or something like that. And I said,
I think it was like
heard what I heard or some shit.
I was like, did you hear?
That's what it was.
I was like, did you hear what I heard?
Yeah.
And
then I was like, yes. And then you
Crazy.
were like, am I tripping? I was like, no. And then
Crazy, bro.
all I did was because we didn't want to. We were both on the same page of thinking like we don't want to like give each other the answer. We want to say it authentically because if we're wrong, we're wrong. Like if I say something like, oh, I think it's this, and we both were hinting at it, and I was like, yeah, and then we finally just came out with it damn near at the same time, saying the same shit. It was crazy. I'm like, all right, I thought I was tripping. I was like, I thought I was tripping. He was like, I thought I was tripping.
No.
I'm like, nah, bro. This is crazy.
It like immediately when I heard, I'm like, bro, Gleeks, dog.
Right.
Make Gleeks working for Lex Luthor as bots. Making a hashtag to make Superman look bad, bro. Like, yo,
bro,
there's been so many other self-fucking inserts.
Right.
Like, think about
down
that.
to the damn dog.
There's been so many other self-inserts.
Even the dog has nepotism.
Why? I said James Gunn couldn't even not hire his own dog for the movie, bro.
Crazy.
His dog got hired. His dog's in the movie. His wife's in the movie. His brother's in the movie, bro. He just said, fuck it, we all gonna eat. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The dog eating too, bro. The dog getting residuals, dog. What the fuck? This is crazy, bro. Oh my God. Said Sujihara hired Gunn back in 2011 as a consultant with executive power. Bruh, we gave the whole timeline. Tony Khan with the $10 super chat saying the person whose tweet Gunn liked that Sky showed, RJ, he's now scooping for Gunn. The trailer, release date, positive test screening info. This has all been planned for years. They're connected. Not only did we already like give out that timeline, which kind of proved that this shit has all been going on for years and years and years, right? But also, bro, this shit's gonna flop anyway, so it's gonna have all been for naught. But it just shows how long this fucking foolishness goes back, bro. It just shows. Because it's all going to be for nothing. Because this shit's going to end up flopping. But it's like, all that was for nothing, dog. All these years, all this fucking planning, this fucking trying to have people, you know, being in the chats and shit, and whoop-de-whoop, and trying to go at motherfuckers, right? And then when we be like, when we try to say, hey, these motherfuckers is plants, people want to be like, oh, nah, man, y'all tripping.
Right.
Don't go so hard, man. Let me give you this drop.
What are they doing here?
They're selling, Mortimer.
Well, that's ridiculous. Unless that crop report...
God help us!
I told you we shouldn't have committed everything, you asshole!
I gotta get Wilson and tell him to sell!
Wilson, where you going?
Oh, you idiot! Get back in there at once and sell!
But
yeah, bro. Crazy, dog. Says Skywalker. Do you remember back in 2019 when Walter Hamada said David Cornsweet was his Superman? The new DCU is really the Hamadaverse 2.0. The reboot started with James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. That was always the plan. I mean, look, everybody that he brought in is continuing on, right, Leon? Everybody,
correct.
Right?
Yep.
Everybody that he worked with is all continuing on. All these characters that he introduced, they're all moving on.
How much money they did or did not make. I don't know anybody that watched anything that he's got. Especially if we're talking like a Peacemaker or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know no one who's watched that.
He said it's just wild as hell that this goes back as far as 2021, even longer. All these internet beefs, and they're from people now directly tied into the studio and the marketing. They always were. That was the point.
Yep.
That was the point. But hey, when we said that, Leon,
I was
bro, when we said that shit, they acted like we was crazy, dog.
Yep. oh, they're making things up, they're losers, they're lames, clout chasers,
Wild, right?
pity party stuff too, especially when it comes to like anything involving a conversation about culture and race, right? Like the one we're having right now. It's, oh, they're pulling a race card, like that's all we do or something. And it's like,
Nah,
no,
bro.
because not every situation is that at all.
Not at all.
This one in particular certainly could very well be.
I was talking about, bro. I don't know if he was in here, but I compared the the James Gunn and Zack Snyder rivalry to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Oh wow, hey, that's a good one.
Hey, it is though.
That's a good one. I didn't even hear that. Nah,
because
that's a good one.
Both of them wouldn't even really be that kind of rivalry if it wasn't for one of them constantly kind of having the other one in their fucking mouth and like saying all this shit, bro.
Right.
It's like
the other one just doing their thing, hooping,
right,
chilling,
hooping,
you
chilling,
know what I mean?
making movies,
right,
goat moves,
right.
We chilling. Hey, I just want y'all to know it ain't all because of her. It's because of me too. I'm sorry. Because I was in here
Crazy,
going on a
right?
tangent, and Bat Dan was like, I don't even know who these people are. But I was like, yo, man, look at that.
Talk about Caitlin Clark and them.
Yeah, right. Brick Builder said so many people I thought were genuine Snyder fans like us were just leeching on the release movement for clout. But bruh, when we said these things, bruh, I feel like Thanos, bruh. They called me a madman. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yep.
They called us madmen.
They talk
bro.
shit when we like boast and when we give ourselves props and shit like that.
Damn.
They start talking shit like, oh, they're egotistical. It's not ego, man. We're just checking the receipts, man. That's it. That's it. Because if we don't have each other, if I don't have me, he don't got himself, who the hell gonna have us? You know what I mean?
Yo.
And we ain't talking about y'all in the chat. We know y'all got us. It's all the goofies that try to convince you that we're the problem. Like,
He
nah,
said,
I ain't going for that.
He said, remember when even hating on Gunn, except Leon. Oh, no, we weren't even hating on Gunn when he first took over. He just started being a dick to our side right off the bat. That is absolutely facts. Bruh, and I came on here and bruh, they be trying to say that I ain't never had to take no L's, bro, or that I be acting like I ain't never, bruh, I totally took
admit to L's.
And I said, I was like, dude, I was wrong. Because I came out here, I was right along with the fucking rest of them. Yo, let's just give him a chance. Right? Hey, guys, he might come in and, if he bring back Zack, hey. Right?
And look, I've given you plenty of shit about it on stream, you know what I mean? Like playfully. But to be fair, I always understood where all y'all were coming from in terms of trying to support. But as Sky has learned about me, I'm a true behavioralist. When I see and know and break that matrix code on a motherfucker, that's it for me. I will live on that motherfucking hill. I don't believe in that dying on the hill shit. Nah. I'm gonna live on that hill prosperously until a motherfucker try to get me off, and it ain't happening. I was the whole time I was like, nah, screw that guy. Nope.
He said, why though? Yeah, bro, it's access, man. It's access. I don't think it's cash. I think it's access, bro.
Definitely access, because I don't think they're getting paid like enormous lump sums of money like that. You know what I mean? It's definitely access. Because they see it as a through line to gaining more money or gaining status, right? But I don't think it's immediate money, because these people, listen, they are satiated by red carpet appearances. They're satiated by what used to be called swag, right? Bags of gifts, right? T-shirts, toys, stuff like that. Backstage access, little interviews here and there. You know what I mean? They're satiated by that.
What up, Belle? She said, "When were we ever the problem?" No, not we weren't, man.
Never.
We weren't.
What it do, Belle?
Nah. Said this beef with Gunn started when he called out Geekosity out of nowhere, right? That same night we got confirmation that some of them were talking to Gunn directly. All of this was a planned takedown. No, bro, this shit was way before that, bro. Because I think that the tweets came before the right. I'm
pretty sure you're right, Scott, because the beefs made him go try to check Mikey.
Yeah.
And call Mikey a liar or whatever.
Right.
And we know that.
Hey, man. Yo, shout out to Charles Briggs, bro.
Right? Wow.
$50 super chat, dog. Shout out to the bro.
You, bro.
He's saying, can this trash Superman film hurry up and come out and flop already? So James Gunn can go into exile where that hack belongs. Hashtag sells the SJL and sells Snyderverse and Netflix. My man Charles Briggs. This dude is saying it can go in the egg, bro. That shit going to the Phantom Zone, dog.
Not even the shadow.
That shit going to the. That shit going to the Superman 2 Phantom Zone, bro. Bro, the one with the
one that swirls in the sky and shit.
Bro, and the flat disc, you know what I'm saying? It just spin, bro. That shit's
like a one-way, like a little mirror.
Yeah. Bro, that shit going to the Phantom Zone, dog. Damn. Oh my goodness. Look, you getting a couple drops, bro. Shout out to the dude, Charles Briggs, man. Let me go ahead and give you a couple drops, bro.
Real quick, I want to ask you not about the legalities or like the probabilities or anything like that, but can you just speak to the resolve of your fan base that now that we're trying to get this thing sold to a third party?
The fan base has consistently been amazing and consistently, look, regardless of what I think, the fan base has their own ideas and they seem to win.
After this live event went so successfully here tonight,
I want to have a meeting with him and the director Zack Snyder. He's a friend. We want to talk about doing big movie about the UFC, like a Cinderella Man, something like this. I will try to convince Zack Snyder. He liked the idea, and convince also Dana.
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.
Good evening. We, the unwilling, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little. We are now qualified to do anything with nothing.
Twitter, and I saw, man, the Zack Snyder fans are weirdos.
Do you think James Gunn can reboot the DC universe properly?
Does this answer your question?
Oh my gosh. James Gunn. 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 Woo!
Hey, shout out to Charles Briggs, man.
Favorite drop.
Shout out to Charles Briggs, dog.
And then it gets even better when you combine it with a dude.
And the Zack Snyder fans are weirdos, bro. The Phantom Zone, dog. Oh my god. So I thought Gunn's troll tweet started after he lied about Ben Affleck being interested in directing the film. And Gunn was getting caught out with me. Bro, just think about that, bro. This motherfucker was lying about Ben Affleck trying to do a movie.
Crazy. Hey, with confidence too, bro.
He said, oh yeah, man. Bro, he trying to be one of the new architects.
That's an insane.
He said he wanted to be one of the architects.
Not like one of those lies where you're like, oh, he's interested in a film. This motherfucker's an architect, bro.
he said, Henry was never hired, bro. he said,
Crazy.
He said he didn't get fired. He just wasn't hired, right? Even though Man of Steel 2 was in development, as we're going to talk about in a second, right? Oh, my God.
Crazy work, bro.
Hey, go ahead and flex, CY. He said, you're welcome for me calling that shit out. Hey, I remember that.
What?
He's talking about when James Gunn responded to his post.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah. That was legendary, dog.
Yeah.
You own that, brother. For real. Hey, I was bragging about that shit off you know what I'm saying, offline with the homie Sky, bro. I was like, hey, we got CY cooking his ass.
You're right,
you know
like crazy, bro.
There's a hero in all of y'all. You understand?
Yeah.
Don't let these little lame ass studio folks get it twisted, man. We ain't just out here bragging about us, man. We bragging about y'all. All y'all some heroes, man.
Bro,
all
the world became a Justice League, bro.
Facts.
The world became a Justice League.
Yes, sir. Like Scott said, the whole world became a Justice League. All y'all have the ability to keep these motherfuckers on their toes and in check, man. For real.
Facts, bro. He said, people who know Gunn personally will tell you he sees himself as an edgelord, a professional troll on Trump or Elon Musk level. I'm not joking, bro. He is not. Bro, James Gunn is not. Oh, no, bro. No.
Wow.
No.
Does he?
I'm pretty sure he's like, what he's saying, at Step Brothers, he was like, I've been called the songbird of my generation by people that have heard me. Right?
That's hilarious. That man just compared to the Step Brothers. That's funny, bro. Hey, that's such a good analogy, though.
Man, bro, we cooking, bro. We cooking nowadays. I'm telling you, I'm starting to feel like I'm in my motherfucking element in this room, dog.
Oh man,
I don't know what it is. I just feel different in here. You know what I mean?
Fortress of Solitude.
Bill Reeves said gun fans are weirdos. Zack Snyder and his fans live in their heads rent free with all the daily uploads of bashing Zack Snyder fans. It ain't even just daily uploads. It's also little secret shit in movies too, bro. Like he's putting stuff in movies. Yeah. Y'all get those likes up. I don't even know where the likes is at, but I know they ain't high enough. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Facts, yo.
Oh man.
Let me check these likes real quick. Facts, yo. Look at that. Hold up. Where are we at? 48. Look, I'll smash the like button. 49. There we go. One more and y'all will get the drop. There you go.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? We rocking out. Said his best film is the one he didn't write. That's what I'm saying. And I'll argue with anybody. If you look at the Guardians 1 film, all of the best shit about that movie that's really gripping came from Nicole Perlman. That's facts. Every single thing that was really gripping in that film, dog, came from fucking Nicole Perlman. The opening with the mom, the opening on fucking Planet Morag, right? It's like hella stuff sprinkled throughout that movie that made that movie what it is. The opening is so powerful in that film, dog. It's part of what grabs you. Guardians 1 had one of the best opening, like little fucking montages or scenes or whatever out of all those films. It was damn near like the first 5 minutes of Up. Right? You see his sick mom. You know, he has the moment where he's arguing with her. He yells at her and runs away. She passes away. He gets kidnapped. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. What none of that shit him, bro.
Yeah, none of that is his sensibilities, man. All that sincerity.
She even had the whole soundtrack thing going throughout them. Now, yes, he changed the music, but there was going to be a soundtrack that was going to weave in and out of the movie, right? So
I hate when
absolutely.
people nitpick those types of details too.
Oh
Like
well, it was his music. I'm like, yo, there was gonna be music in the shit. It was already part of what she had. He just
Hey.
changed the songs. And think about this: how the hell you ain't had no Michael Jackson?
Right.
I'm sorry, bro. You can't
And
have
you
no
remember
damn.
what I said earlier about details that can change and whatnot?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, like about the whole getting debunked or never being debunked purely, completely
Yeah.
and utterly. It's stuff like that. Well, you said it was this song, but it was this song. But I mean, the whole thing was
you said
songs were going to be in it. You know what I mean?
You said in Black Adam, Cavill's curl was gonna go to the left, but it went to the right.
Right.
You like, bro? You don't get the fuck out of my face, dude. Yo, hey, y'all have finished the conquest, so let me go ahead and give y'all the drop. Y'all know I missed this drop.
You still owe the Great One 50,000 more worlds. He will hear your plea when you pay your debt.
Yeah, bro. No. He said most of the best parts of Guardians of the Galaxy was actually improvised by the actors themselves, but Gunn has tried to take credit for it over years. Bruh, he taking credit for the damn wait, what Jackson 5 song was in there? I don't even remember that. Candle Jackson. Bro, you gotta have some Michael Jackson there, bro. Wasn't no Michael Jackson in Wonder Woman 84 either. Huh? Crazy. No, wasn't no 80s music.
I don't remember that.
In that shit, period, right?
Nah, not really.
Crazy.
I think it was what'd you call it? It was just
score. Right. All right. Peace out, brick builders. Right. Yeah. Hey, all good, bro. Nah, look, we get it in over here. You see this? He like, bro, I'm about to ask an investor for 80K. See, that's the type of shit we be talking about over here, bro. That's the type of numbers that the syndicate be dealing with, dog. Right?
That's dope. Shout out to you.
Hey, go ahead and go get that pitch, dog. Go get that bread, dog. You know what I mean? Playing the ending in the first guard. Oh, yeah. Nah, man, that shit don't count. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the last part of the conversation. Right. I think at this point, we can all admit that this movie is just a response to Zack Snyder, bro, and the Zack Snyder fans, dog.
Facts.
Like, this shit ain't nothing more than that. Oh, wait, I actually got one more clip to play too before I play the other one. Hold on. I just want to make sure that I put this in the zeitgeist too.
A lot of fisheye shots. Somebody should have broken that lens. They should have been like, "Oh, hey, are these your lenses, Flash cinematographer? Hey, what's that over there? Ooh, I broke all your fisheye ones."
Wait. Oh yeah, was she? Oh, that's funny. My bad. I was looking for this thing.
Oh my god, bro.
That's funny.
She said, yo, somebody should have broke them lenses, dog. She said somebody should have broke them lenses. He said, yo, hey, look over there. You know what I'm saying? He said, what's that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I just broke all your shit. Oh my god, bro. But yeah, nah, I think that we can admit now that
check your text whenever you get a chance.
Bruh, this shit ain't nothing more than a response to Zack Snyder fans, dog. Oh yeah, no, that was the one that I showed.
Oh, okay, cool. So you
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I couldn't find the other one. You know what I mean?
Oh, got you. The one when you were talking about you
yeah,
separately.
yeah.
Yeah. Because it
That
was
one was
crazy.
there
Because
too.
okay, cool. Appreciate it. Yeah, because just to touch on that briefly, we found out that he did that to Sky first. That he liked the post about Sky, and we just thought it was that because Sky has the biggest platform out of all of us, so it would make sense, right? Which was odd, by the way. Again, Sky was totally on board with giving him carte blanche. Hey, do your thing, and we'll see what happens, kind of thing, right? So he went after Sky because Sky had criticisms of him and his whack practices, right?
Yeah, in the past.
He liked a post that was talking mad shit about Sky. And then separate from that, all of a sudden he's liking posts involving me. I'm like, what? So he's clearly in, which would make sense because I was trashing him. I was the one, and this is backed up by articles. I was the one who made hashtag fire James Gunn popular again. Like I didn't know that was gonna happen. I was just pissed. I put that shit out, and then I had like 3 or 4 articles just written about my post. That shit went mad viral, and then from there everybody was going crazy, blah blah blah. And obviously I wasn't the only one who helped make it go viral, but my post was like one of, if not the hottest one for like a minute. And I was like, shit. So I basically sparked it being hot again. And so I've just been on his ass, pause, since day one. You know what I mean? I've never liked the dude. And obviously it's nothing personal. I don't know the guy. I just know that in real life, I don't know people who joke like that, clown like that. And then separate from even that, I just don't know dorky motherfuckers like that. Excuse my French. I just don't hang out with people who are kind of, and just because you got money and just because you got status and just because you've been in Playboy Mansion or all that other nonsense doesn't make you that guy. You're still a weirdo who hangs out in PDF parties, quote unquote. You dig what I'm saying? Who has friends who have been convicted PDFers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Money don't make nothing of you.
Convicted, and then you tell people this stuff, and they just act like it just goes in one ear and out the other, and like we're supposed to be and we're the weird ones for like standing on business.
Right? They think it's just the jokes thing. Oh, he made joke, bro. It's not just this. Is the jokes are just the
it's them parties, level. Bro. It's them parties, bro. It's them parties, bro.
It'd be one thing if he made those sick jokes and then like that was it. Like all his friends are upstanding citizens, and it's the jokes, it's the parties, it's the best friends that are PDFers,
best friends and stuff. Yeah, bro. Come
on. Are you kidding me right now? but men such as myself and Sky and the rest of the syndicate, we're haters, quote unquote, because we condemn people and we judge people who are like this. They should be fucking judged. They should be condemned. You should separate them from the rest of us in society. They should be ostracized. Are you kidding me?
Remember when Gunn was being interviewed and he said he completely relates to Superman because he is everything. It was something like that. He was like, bruh, he is I and I am him. Slim with the tilted brim.
Right. PDF.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, yo, like crazy. Yo. Right? She said if somebody throws one of them kind of I feel it. It's like you can't do that kind of stuff. Look, and then not only that, Mama Bear, but then you end up finding out that like, he's like friends with somebody who's like fucking convicted on like some weird shit. And you'd be like, yo, come on, man. Like
best friends, bro.
Like, yo, best friend, dog.
And his entire entertainment history involves weird extracurricular activities being woven into his so-called entertainment. Like 2 and 2 is 4 every other damn day, except for talking about this dude with certain crowds.
Yeah, man.
Blogs. You can go to his blogs and he's saying weirdo stuff of a weirdo nature. Scripts, parties, conversations with friends that have been leaked. Things that he said like about somebody in lines of theme park. Like, it's crazy. But we're haters because we want to separate ourselves from people like that. Okay. Got it.
Yep.
I'll be a hater then, I guess.
Hey, hate.
Right? Shout out to Chappelle's show.
Right. Hey, peace out, Anatoly. You have a good one. But yeah, man, it's just crazy, bro. I just don't want to hear anything because, like, you can tell that this movie is such a fucking response, bro. The hashtag, bro, the fucking pocket universe thing, dude. The whole, like, oh my god, there's gonna be, you know, little shots at the Snyder cut, and it's like, what the fuck is the guy? Why is the new Superman movie talking about the Snyder cut?
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
Tell me if that makes sense, bro.
It doesn't on any day of the week, to be honest. It does not.
He said, "Never forget, Gunn wrote his Superman that has a fecal fetish. He is everything I am."
Right. Crazy, right?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Whew. This Superman movie got a lot fucking going up against it, man. The fans ain't fucking with it, bro. The general audiences ain't fucking with it, bro. The Schusters ain't fucking with it, bro. Like,
hey, they damn sure ain't, bro.
The Schusters ain't fucking with it, bro.
Every month they dropping a lawsuit.
Right? They like, hey, y'all thought we was done. Here's the remix.
Oh man.
Right?
This is
oh
the
my
remix.
god. This is the remix.
This is the remix.
And look, you even had somebody like Christopher McQuarrie coming out and talking about, like, yo, you don't gotta be using John Williams' theme and shit, man, in your films, dog. Like, this is the guy that was gonna do Man of Steel 2. He is the fucking director that's been working with Tom Cruise on his last few films, like the Mission Impossibles and stuff like that. I don't think he did Top Gun. Wait,
I think he
wasn't that Krasinski?
I believe he wrote it and consulted on it.
Yeah, because I think that was Krasinski that did Top Gun, but he's been doing the Mission Impossible films. Y'all know he worked with Henry on Fallout, which was the best one recently. I have not seen this new one, but Fallout was the best one, maybe out of all the Mission Impossible movies. And it
was amazing.
Henry Cavill in it. I just want to throw that in there. But here he is talking about his version of Superman.
Christopher McQuarrie did. My fault to interrupt. Christopher McQuarrie, he was one of the writers on Top Gun Maverick.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And then Krasinski was the one that directed it, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. But here you got Christopher McQuarrie talking about his Man of Steel 2 film, and also speaking about this John Williams thing, and kind of, I mean, in my opinion, giving his take on this new Superman movie. But y'all can, y'all can do with that what you will. Here's his words.
The first 5 minutes of my Superman movie, which was imagine you remember Pixar's Up?
Sure.
A sequence with no dialogue that covered that character's.
Yeah.
Okay. The first 5 minutes of the movie was a setup after which you knew exactly what made Superman tick, and exactly what Superman was most afraid of, and why Superman made the choices that he made. And it would have been epic. It would have been epic. In 5 minutes, the scale of the movie would have been absolutely extraordinary. And the other thing, and I hope that anybody who watches this movie, that enjoys the end of this movie walking away, that's the feeling I would want you to walk away from, because that's really what Superman is about. It's about hope, and it's about it being inspiring, and it's and the joy that character created. I don't think you need to live in the shadow of Donner's Superman.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to live in the shadow of John Williams' score.
So
make your own future. Make your own past. Hey, I'm gonna let you cook, bro. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I had I posted that joint on my X account, right? And it was doing numbers or whatever. People had comments to say, and one thing that they pointed out was they were saying, you know, people that were against the messaging, they were saying, finish the quote. He continued on, and he said that Donner Superman was also the best one to do it in the way that he described, right? To that, I say that wasn't the point of what Christopher McQuarrie was getting at. He wasn't here to say which film is the best of, and specifically if he said that, because I didn't hear the rest of the quote. If he said that, according to what all the haters said, it was like 4 or 5 that was in my little post. They all said like the same thing, almost like they were bots, right? If that was it, then that wasn't the point of why that clip was snipped out the way it was just now. The point is, he's saying create your own identity when you make a project, in particular, the Superman project. You got to create your own lane and don't live in the shadow of anything in the past. In particular, John Williams' score and John Williams' Superman, or excuse me, Christopher Donner Superman. Because the character's been stuck in the same perpetual cycle of being a lame, big blue cheese Boy Scout ever since everybody saw those movies and stuck to that. So what he's trying to say is you can still deliver hope in whatever interpretation he wanted to have, Christopher McQuarrie. You can still deliver inspiration in whatever way he was going to interpret that, without rehashing the same old thing that we've seen forever, which is basically Twitter's concept of Superman, if we're being honest. Because modern comics, up until I'd say the past 5 years, had Superman like a sci-fi, not like a badass, but like a sci-fi character, kind of like a Snyder-esque, right? Because Zack got those same ideas from comics and other, forms of science fiction, right? So Christopher McQuarrie was basically just trying to say, hey, man, we don't have to be beholden to the same old shit that came out in 1978.
And that was probably the one that was written by Stephen DeKnight, right? The one, oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Can you fucking believe that, bro?
Yeah, Stephen DeKnight seems like a nice dude. I've
we had a
interacted with
Stephen
him
DeKnight
online
written
a few
script
times.
that was going to be directed, and then they said it was going to introduce lanterns, right? Which just came out, which also means that fucking Mikey was right again. But also, don't just remember that. Also, Cyborg was going to be in that fucking movie.
Correct. because I think they were going to be leaning towards Brainiac, so they would
Yep.
need Cyborg to
because they would need
help with that.
fucking. You can't be taking on Brainiac and not have Cyborg there. So yeah, bro. Stephen DeKnight written film directed by Christopher McQuarrie, starring Superman against Brainiac with the help of fucking the Green Lantern and fucking Cyborg. But here we get Mr. Terrific with a fucking 80s afro, a 70s afro.
Every time I see that man hair,
bro, he look like Black Dynamite, dog.
Bro, he does, bro.
Why does Mr. Terrific like, bro? I'll be back, man. He like Black Dynamite. No, it's crazy, fucking crazy.
I know more people want to cook on the designs of all these characters too, but I think some people are scared to say stuff like, because they're afraid of the avalanche of trying to diss Hawk Girl, for example. Because I've seen people trying to protect her because of whoever the actress is, and they're gonna try to protect Mr. Terrific because don't nobody want to get canceled for saying something that may sound a little weird, I guess. But bump all that. They all look kind of stupid, especially Guy Gardner. It's like he purposely made the cast look hella goofy, and maybe that's because he self-inserted himself as Superman, right? I don't know. Like maybe he wants the whole cast to look worse than who he thinks he is. I don't know. That's just me, armchair psychologist, right? But yeah, let me go ahead and dip into the chat real quick and see what y'all talking about. We go back a bit.
Real quick, Charles Briggs said Ray Fisher and Man of Steel 2 going against Daniel Craig's Brainiac, bro.
Oh yeah.
Fucking bro. Look, man. Look. We gotta keep it a buck. All right, because I know I keep saying that I'm gonna come back, but I keep just having these things happening. I can't fucking stay away, bro. The fact that we had to go from Henry Cavill to David Corenswet, right? From Nicholas Hoult as a villain, right? When we were supposed to be getting Daniel Craig, right? Tom Cruise was gonna make his way into this fucking movie, bro. There's no way that they're gonna be doing a Christopher McQuarrie fucking, right? Tom Cruise was probably gonna be Hal Jordan. And you guys mean to tell me that we traded all this shit in, bro, and fucking Keanu Reeves being
the man
Constantine
can pilot a jet
with
in
fucking
real
Batman, life. Bro, this is, bro, think about this, bro. They were gonna make Constantine in the fucking DCEU, and they canceled that to give us this bullshit.
The other little rumor that didn't pick up a lot of steam was they were gonna do like a multiverse thing with Constantine, where he was gonna meet the blonde, the original. Wouldn't that have been fantastic? I would have loved that. The American adaptation meets the original British dude. Man. Bollocks, I say.
Bollocks. Right? Nah, but it's crazy, yo.
Yeah, right, Mama Bear?
Bro. Oh, yeah. Yep.
They said there was too many characters in BVS. We about to get a whole universe.
A whole universe in one fucking movie, bro.
Crazy.
Bro, this whole thing in hindsight, bro, is so wild what they threw away for this retcon. You know this shit was on purpose. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, dog. Ain't no way. You can't just tell, bro, you can't tell me business-wise that you will be able to sell to me as an investor. That's why fucking Zaslav pay keeps going up. Everybody keep wondering, like, what's going on and why is Zaslav pay keep going up? Because this shit's all a part of the plan.
Yep.
That's why. Ain't no fucking way, bro. Picture being on a board and somebody comes in and they say, hey, man, we can either go one of two ways, Leon. We can either go route A with fucking Tom Cruise and Keanu Reeves and fucking Zack Snyder, bro, and Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck and The Rock and all this other shit, right? Or hear me out. We can go this other route with James Gunn and David Corenswet and Nathan Fillion and Sean Gunn and John Cena.
Crazy.
Are you kidding me? Bro, you couldn't, bro. Ain't no fucking way, dog. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way, boy. Yo, crazy. There's no way
something about this movie, I just go, I know that ain't who I think it is.
There's no way that shit would pass any kind of. Bruh, there's no way. How could you get that off in a meeting, bro?
Insane, bro.
Crazy.
It just kind of leaves one to think like, man, is this, I'll say allegedly laundering? Allegedly. Yeah, I'll bookend it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this at the end of the day?
What is this, bro?
It cannot be about quality. And it cannot be about creating something that you know is going to be a guaranteed hit. Because, like, let's be honest, man. All right. Everybody in this chat, Sky and myself, we've all watched movies long enough to understand, like, what's going to be a good movie and what's not. Screw masterpiece, screw flop, screw the extremes. Let's just talk about shove popcorn in your face, be thoroughly entertained without going, I have to apologize for this scene, or I have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to give this scene a caveat, or I have to give this entire 10 minutes, or ignore these 10 minutes. No. A movie where you sit down, you are thoroughly entertained, you shove popcorn in your face, you tap your date and say, that was dope. And she goes, yeah, that was. You talk about it a bit on the way home, and then you kind of sail on that. If you're a cinephile, right? You sail on that energy of goodness and you go have a good night with your date or what have you, right? We all know what that looks like. And again, doesn't have to be a masterpiece. And we're not talking about flops. Just a good time in the movie theater.
Just a good time, bro.
This shit, and I'm not even trying to pick on the movie. I'm just being honest. Like, who sits there and goes, all right, everything that I'm reading, hearing, and seeing is going to be what I just described as a moviegoer? Who decides that? Who's like, oh yeah, that's gonna make a bunch of money?
Leon,
crazy.
You want to know who you sound like?
Who?
Just watched the new Superman trailer. Here with Sean Fennessy and Chris Ryan on Bill Simmons. Why? Why does this movie exist? Why?
Bro, that was the fastest review of a trailer, of a lack of a recommendation. He basically said Skywalker Entertainment, Apex Leon of the New Geeks, Syndicate Network, here to discuss this trailer. What the fuck is this?
That would have still been too many syllables, bro. That motherfucker got it done in one syllable, dog.
Why?
He got it done in.
That's crazy. Describe his channel or whatever it is, his podcast, introduce himself, his parents, said he had a baby on the way, you know what I mean? Gonna pay some bills after this. Oh, yeah, by the way, got a movie to talk about. Yep. Why?
Why?
What? That was amazing. That was amazing.
All right.
Man. And the other part where he's like, what did he say? You have that clip too, I know. Where
Oh
he's
wait,
like,
hold on.
yeah, go ahead.
You're not excited. You won't see it in theaters.
There's no way. No way. 0% chance.
Did you ever watch any of the Guardians movies?
I saw a couple of them.
And you know what's interesting?
There's no way. There's no way, bro. He said,
you know what I'm about to say is gonna make everything he said worse, right?
Right.
Because he didn't actually destroy James Gunn throughout that, podcast.
Bruh.
I watched the whole thing.
Oh shit! I
Hold
was
on.
about to say.
Hold on.
I was about to say, bro.
Check it. Let me. I'm gonna tell you why it's worse. It's a similar thing to old girl. I don't know her name.
Was it a Snarky J? I think they said it is.
Yeah, right. So similar to her, minus the hatred towards Zack's films, Bill Simmons is just a dude who, watches movies and reviews.
He's just
movies.
a guy, bro.
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy, bro.
Yeah, I think he does like sports and politics and movies.
Just a guy.
Just a dude who reads stuff and
From
talks
Boston,
about it.
You know what I mean? Boston fucking fan, bro. Celtics, Patriots, all that shit.
Exactly.
Just a guy, bro.
Just a guy. He's not attached to a fandom or anything. And throughout that podcast, he was just talking in general about the state of movies, superhero movies. And he talks about James Gunn. He's watched the Guardians film, blah, blah. This isn't some hater. Bro, but look at the passion that he has for not wanting to see this movie.
He's a cultist, bro.
Right.
I mean, he's a fucking cultist, bro. He's a Snyder sycophant.
But right, look at the passion. I want y'all to think about that before we read the super chat. Think about the passion that Bill Simmons has for not wanting to see that movie. And his friends, I think they're gonna see it, but the way they laugh, because they're like, they understand. They're not gonna defend it. They're laughing like shit. That's funny. Because it is.
They're like, I just can't believe he's like saying this shit. You know what I'm saying? That he's actually being like this funny with it. Charles Riggs with a $20 super chat saying, Can you imagine having Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, The Rock, and Keanu Reeves along with top talent directors like Zack Snyder, David Ayer, James Wan, and Christopher McQuarrie all lined up and saying no. But not only just those directors, because Ben was going to direct, right? Rick Famuyiwa was going to direct. They told him no, right? Because he knew what the fuck was about to happen. He just got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Right? So not even just that, bro. Gavin O'Connor.
Yep.
Oh, wait, no. Wait, yo. Oh, yeah, him and Gareth Evans too, right?
Gareth Evans, Gavin O'Connor, they were both, I think, attached to Nightwing at one point, if I'm not mistaken. Both of them.
No,
right?
it was the Suicide Squad sequel, which
one of them was attached to Nightwing too, but you're right. Both of them were also the sequel to Suicide. Or yeah, both were sequels. Both were Suicide Squad and one was Nightwing as well.
Yeah, and then because David Ayer was gonna do Gotham City Sirens.
Yes.
Right.
But I remember because they were bouncing, it was bouncing around yeah. It was David Ayer's Gotham
Will
City
Smith?
Sirens. Those
Will
two
Smith
guys
is
you
in
just
here,
mentioned.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro, to have
it's been so much
like
shit,
I
bro.
said, bro, to have those like that amount of talent lined up over here and to have the polar opposite over on the other side, and to even think that you would even be able to get it done with just that, I think, this shit got to be money laundering, bro.
Yeah, think about it.
That's in my opinion, bro. We
know it's not a money issue thing.
No,
and
bro.
I'm gonna give you some props, Sky, because Sky, he called that bullshit a long time ago when everybody was saying, "Oh, Warner Brothers is out of money." Sky was like, "I'm not buying that shit."
Bro, I was on a stream with Mikey, and Mikey said it, bro. And I was like, no.
Mikey said it, and
Mikey said it, and I was like, no, bro. I'm not. I know.
And
no.
And look in hindsight how right Sky was.
Facts.
Because who's getting paid? Everybody at the top is getting major money. Think about it, right? Let's say me and Sky went to a company, right? We saw how much money that you can get by being an executive. we're not trying to give too much money to a lot of these budgets. You know what I mean? This is not happening. Then we hear about all these different things, these artistic projects with superheroes. Like, nah, that shit don't sound. Nah, my pocket sounds like it will love this money much more than this little Zack Snyder passion. Restore the what? Nah, I don't care about that. Let's just reboot, dump a bunch of money into this one movie, and just sprinkle out bullshit money to the rest of these films in Warner Brothers, right? Oh, excuse me. Allegedly. Conspiracies.
It's crazy, bro. Crazy, bro. The shit, like, it just don't add up, you know. And to have all of these people be willing to work, right? He said Phil Lord and Chris Miller too. Well, I kind of don't throw them in there because they left to go do Star Wars, and then you see what happened because they didn't even end up finishing fucking the Han Solo movie.
Oh,
they
is that what happened with them?
Yes, they bounced to go do Star Wars. Yes.
I wouldn't have wanted them anyway. Those are like the comedian guys, right?
Yes, I would have
never really liked stuff that they've done.
You like the Lego movie? I know you like that shit.
Which one?
The first one.
It was cool. Not enough to be like, hey, let's do some DC shit. Yeah, hell no. Again, there you go. Thank you. Great example of what I was trying to illustrate.
Everything is awesome.
Good movie.
I actually love that movie.
Not a masterpiece to me, and probably not a masterpiece to many, but we all liked it. And a bunch of people probably bought it on DVD and stuff. It's not a flop either. It's the perfect. Thank you for saying that. Perfect example of what I was trying to illustrate. Everybody in the meeting should have been like, hell yeah, make that movie, right? So they did. We know that's gonna make us a bunch of money. Then they did a semi spin-off sequel with the Batman Lego movie. And that one was pretty good.
I don't think that they did that.
Not a flop. No, I know. I'm just saying, like, in general, it's spun
Oh,
out.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it definitely spawned spinoffs. Wait a minute, bro. Hey, I don't know about the Phil Lord and Chris Miller stuff because ain't they the ones that do the Spider-Verse movies? I think you're tripping, bro.
Is that them?
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
You're
I am
bugging.
tripping then.
I'm like, bro.
Miles and them?
Yes, bro. I'm like, bro, you're bugging.
Oh, my fault. Hey,
I'm like, bro.
I mean to slander you like that.
I'm like, bro,
Hey,
you're
I was
bugging,
not
bro.
familiar with your game.
Hey, I was not familiar with your game.
Hey, all right, hey,
Yeah,
I got all them movies.
And
even the last
22
one that
Jump
had some
Street.
weird shit sprinkled in it.
And they did 22 Jump Street.
You're right.
Which I think is even because they made the second one funnier than the first one, which never happens.
Again, you're naming movies that aren't, well, except for the Spider ones. The Spider ones are kind of
Spider-Verse are hard, bro.
Masterpiece-ish.
Especially that last one, bro. Oh my god.
That shit was, you ain't like, hey, I watched that with some of the clients. They was like, you ain't never seen this, Mr. Leon? I'm like, nah.
Bro,
first time.
I ain't gonna trip. When that last one ended on that cliffhanger, bro, I fucking yelled at the screen. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You gonna end the movie right here? You can't do that, bro. Oh my god.
That's why. But nah, yeah, you're right. I was not familiar with the game. You are right, bro. You are right, bro. You're right.
Wait, they're just the producers? Nah, I thought that they fucking directed them.
Oh, I take back what I said.
Hey, he was waiting, boy. he was like, yo, let me got you.
Hey, did they ask like T.I. did Nunu?
Right?
Snatched that chain back.
Snatched it all back. Bro.
Give me my chain.
Give my chain. Oh, here we go. Hold up.
Looked at him like, et tu, T.I. Et tu.
Et tu, Brutus, right? Let's see. Oh, no. They did not direct the sequel. Hold on. Did they do the first one? Let me see. Nope, they didn't do the first one either. So they're just the producer.
Ooh, okay.
They did the story though. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll still give them some leeway because they were involved. They're pretty
Yeah.
much architects and stuff. So
Yeah.
They're
fire. They're fire movies.
They're pretty good dudes. This is where I'm like, I don't know that I would have them direct some DC shit. Maybe give some architecture.
And I think that
consulting
Rick
for sure.
Famuyiwa would have been better anyway. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because Rick already showed out when he did Dope.
Yeah. And that's what led to being
in Flash.
Why am I
as Iris West?
Iris West, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That
100%,
damn Flash
bro.
TV show.
Yep.
Bro, that first season is so good, bro. And those first 2 seasons of Flash is so bomb.
Oh yeah, the first 3. Actually,
all of the
first 3 of the CW shows was pretty dope.
Zoom was kind of getting a little bit. I mean, no, and not Zoom, but it was what's the name it was what's the name in season 3. Savitar. I was like, all right, man.
That was season 3?
Yes. I was like,
never mind.
We should stop doing speedsters. It was the first 2 for me, bro. It was
no, you're right. I'm thinking of Green Arrow.
Reverse Flash and Zoom, bro.
I'm thinking of Green Arrow.
Dog, bro. When Zoom dragged that dude from place to place and was like showing him off, like, look at the Flash.
Yeah.
He took him from like the police station to the media outlet, bro. Bro, that was one of the hardest scenes, dog.
It was kind of it was unsettling too. You know what I'm saying? It was like, damn, bro. If a speedster went rogue.
Right. Yo, oh my God. And yes, bro. Phil Lord and Chris Miller. No, they were the ones that were gonna do the Batman Beyond animated one. Matter of fact, if
I would have them do live action.
Bro, if I'm not mistaken, I think that even part of the reason that they might not have even been working on those like that was that they might have been trying to direct this because they even like had like a mock-up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I forgot about those days.
Of like what it was gonna look like. So yeah, man. Yeah, I would have loved that, you know. But hey, man, like this type of we can't even get this kind of shit, man. But you know, we can get Superman with a poop fetish, bro.
Crazy. Who's making these decisions, man? Who is saying this is cool? This is all right. Let's do this. This is gonna make us a whole lot of money. Crazy, man.
All right.
I'll tell you what. I was just gonna say real quick, if they switched up the rules on how people at the top make money, like if it was based on how successful your films were, which that's how it probably should be, right? It would be vastly different.
Yeah.
In terms of hiring, firing, all of that. You know?
Yeah. After this, we're gonna start wrapping up. You see why it says they would have just written it, and it was Seth Grahame-Smith who would have made his directorial debut. But they were writing and directing at first.
Yep.
And then they left to go do Han Solo. And then that's when Seth Grahame-Smith was gonna direct. And then, if I'm not mistaken, and then wait a minute, it might have even went to Rick after Phil Lord and Chris Miller left, and then it went to Seth Grahame-Smith, if I'm not mistaken.
No. Rick was hired on with Zach. He was a part of that crew, the original crew.
So
it was Ben, Zach, what's her
Rick,
name?
James Wan, Patty Jenkins.
Yep. He was a part of that whole.
You're right,
crew.
bro.
And then
you're right.
They came on after Rick. So maybe
they did just wait. No, they had to come on right after, and then it was Seth Grahame-Smith. Oh yeah, man. See, between us, we can get all the information
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you were talking, I was like, oh, okay, hold on, let me. Yep. Because I remember that.
No, Rick was the first one because he was the one that was on the panel.
Yep.
right? Yeah,
That whole
okay.
crew of directors was like
That was fucking
like
crazy,
all stars, bro.
That was crazy, bro.
That's like some
That
dream
was
team
crazy,
shit
bro.
right there. James Wan, Ben Affleck, Rick Famuyiwa, Patty Jenkins, under the guidance of Zack Snyder.
Crazy, bro. This shit money laundering, dog. This shit money laundering, dog. Has to be. That's why that Superman movie cost so much and it looked so cheap. I don't think all that shit went into the production.
It couldn't have.
They was like, oh, 363 mil? Oh, yeah, we got uses for that.
Bro, how many movies can we think of right now that have kaijus and all type of shit that ain't 300 mil? That look better.
Facts, bro. Godzilla -1.
Bro. We can even go even higher than that. One of them, let me look this up real quick.
One of them fucking Pacific Rims. Yeah, because I don't think that they cost 300 million. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, they ain't cost no damn 300 million. But no, I know for a fact that fucking Pacific Rim wasn't on 300 million, and that shit look way better.
Right.
That shit look way better. Pacific Rim so fire, dog.
I love that. That's literally one of my
We're
all-time favorites.
canceling the apocalypse. Bruh, those trailers were so whack, bruh. I swear on everything, them trailers were so whack.
Yeah, bro.
It makes me so mad because I should have seen that shit in theaters. I really should have seen that movie in theaters.
Didn't. I remember you didn't.
I did not see that movie in theaters, bro.
I think I saw it like twice in theaters, and I bought the hell out of that movie.
It pains me, dog. That and
the special
Dread.
edition steelbook.
That and Dread are like two of the movies that it really hurts me that I didn't see in theaters. Don't tell me that you saw Dread, bro.
Yeah, I saw that in theaters, and I have the special edition.
Bro, I almost flipped you off.
I fucking love that movie. The budget for I wanted to shoot Superman flop some bail, Superman L some bail, and try to look up a movie that should cost a shit ton of money in recent memory. So this film came out March 25th, 2024. That was last year, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. The budget for this film was 135 to 150 million. That film is Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. That movie was nothing but CGI.
Right.
Nothing was real in that movie.
He said, bro, they filmed that shit at the vault. Or no.
Facts.
What's it called?
Talking
the
about
volume.
Yeah, the volume. That damn near was that movie was AI.
Shit.
And you're telling me
Purple Godzilla, bro. That shit was crazy, dog.
Everything about that movie was fake. Everything, bro.
You absolutely right. And that movie was low-key trash.
It was low-key trash, bro. And it made over $500 million.
Oh my god, bro. That shit is low-key trash, dog.
Garbage.
That shit was low-key trash, bro. It pains me to say this, bro.
I know. Because, we don't be hating on movies like that. But
Bruh,
that movie was garbage, bro.
It just makes me mad because fucking King of the Monsters, bro. That's the one, dog.
That's the
one.
Out of the American-made Godzilla movies, that's the best one, bro. I still watch that to this day and own it.
That's the
it's
one.
amazing, bro.
Fucking Charles Dance, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
What up, HMDS?
I like the Godzilla. Hey, what's going on?
Shout out to the Doolies.
Right? He said, I love the Godzilla movies, pure popcorn movies, right? Hey, bruh, nah, man. That last one, dog. That last one was
cheeks. I went and saw it in a dollar theater with some clients, man, and one of them just got up. I swear, bro, got up. He walked in the aisle, and I looked at him, and you know the type of clients I deal with.
Yeah.
And one of the teachers was like looking at me. I said, no, let him cook.
Hey,
I started laughing. I'm like, this movie sucks. He went to the aisle and he would like walk to the door. He looked back and I ain't do nothing. I just looked at him. And he came back and sat down. I was like, that brother was contemplating leaving his movie. You couldn't even hold a kid.
Right.
Kid was getting ready to elope.
Right. Hey, shouts out to HMDS, man. Nah,
What up, HMDS?
We got to link up pretty soon. Facts.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all stopping through. Right. But yeah, like, bro, that last Godzilla, bro. Nah,
she was so garbage, bro.
That shit is King of the Monsters, dog.
King of the trash heap.
King of the Monsters, bro.
No, but King of the Monsters is amazing.
And I didn't even, bro, the whole Godzilla versus Kong, bro. That was right when they started that 2-hour mandate shit,
bro.
And like that move, bro. Godzilla King of the Monsters was like 2.5 hours long, right?
Yep.
And you can't, like, bro, it was round perfect. You can't make the second one 2 hours, dog. You just can't.
GVK was garbage too. I ain't gonna hold you. It wasn't as garbage as GXK. But GVK was kind of garbage too. Godzilla vs. Kong.
GXK was all right.
I didn't like that one.
But then the New Empire, bro, that shit.
That's the one, GXK, the New Empire, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. Because it's GVK is Godzilla versus Kong, and then the sequel to GVK was GXK because they worked together, the crossover.
Wait, but this is my question though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we get no, but we got a G. All right, it was GVK, and then it was GXK. And then it was GXK, the New Empire, right? That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the first GXK. Hold on, GXK.
That was one where they teamed up with the robot.
Hold on.
That was before he went purple, bro. Because they had one team up before he went purple. And then I was like, on this last one, he was purple. I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? Like, why is he purple now?
Nah, bro.
No?
Nope. Nah, it was GVK, then GXK. GXK had the subtitle.
The New Empire?
Yeah.
Hey.
Bro, the new subtitle Supernova.
Because it's probably gonna be like an alien.
Oh, okay. Okay. Like the three-headed thing.
No, not Ghidorah. Well, yeah, but like
it'll be Ghidorah, but like he was, or whatever.
I forget which. Wait, was it Space Godzilla? I think it was Space Godzilla. Yeah, it's probably gonna be Space Godzilla. Where's what's the name of him at? We need him, the kaiju.
Oh yeah, man.
Man. Yeah, no. It's probably gonna be Space Godzilla.
Shit. I was thinking about how trash that movie was.
One of the dumbest movies I've ever seen. That shit was, bro. Hey, Skull Island is dope too, man. That's a fire.
Oh yeah. Talking about Kong? Yeah. I saw that in theaters too.
And I loved how that was like a direct response to like the Godzilla movie in 2016.
Yep.
Because they took forever. Because I liked how they kept or how they pump fake like once or twice when you thought you were going to see Godzilla. But after like the fourth time, I was over it. I was like, bruh, either show me Godzilla, dog, or like don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
you're talking about the first one, they were trying to like peekaboo.
They kept pumping. They pump fake like 4 times, if I remember correctly. I was like, bro, stupid. You can't keep pump faking.
They were trying to make it like Jaws, and I'm like, bro, there's no way in real life that you're gonna Jaws Godzilla, bro. Like he hide this big ass thing in no ocean. He's out in the open, bro. He's walking behind buildings that he's thicker than the buildings.
Yeah, he said either that or Gigan are the popular guesses.
Right. Well, I guess it has an audience because I'm kind of checked out. GXK, I was like, nah, I'm good, bro. Had my clients about to leave me, run to the car, dog. She was ass.
Yeah, bro.
GXK.
It said King of the Monsters was the last good Godzilla flick, and the plot was hella convoluted and corny. See, y'all the problems, bro. Nate, y'all are the problems, bro. See? You see what happens, dog? You get cinema. That was cinema, dog. Yo, my mom loves these fucking movies, bro. She loves them. Her favorite one is for King of the Monsters too. Bro, that's the best one. And
Bro,
you
ain't
call
nobody
it
going to
plot
see King of them.
convoluted,
Ain't
dog.
nobody going to see Godzilla for the plot. Come on. We going to go see a loose, lame little plot with some fire. Like, it has to be cohesive and fire. Like, we're not looking for like Shakespeare, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like,
it was a great. They talking
the
about the
GXK.
they had the great little fake out how like you thought that the mom was like a good guy and turns out she was one of the villains.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was dope.
Bro, that was dope, dude.
And I love how they introduced Mothra.
Mothra
And the twins, bro. The old school twins. I was like, oh, that's fire how they did that. Yeah, nah.
They about to go in on a fucking
King of the Monsters was hard, bro. Hey, and how he went nuclear, dog. He came out there
don't even get me
hot,
started, dog.
crackling skin.
Don't even get me started, bro.
I will have no King of the Monsters slander. I swear.
And then he put his foot on his chest and it just like caved in.
That was nasty.
Let's start giving our last thoughts.
He breathed that motherfucker mouth, bro.
Because we about to keep going in on a tangent. Let's get our last thoughts and get on out of here, bro. Oh my God.
Sure. I'm gonna say this on behalf of that, right? Like, and it goes to my sentiment about how Warner Brothers is running their studio now. We were just talking about movies that to people they're not masterpieces, right? But they're shove popcorn in your mouth movies. Save for GXK because that shit was trash. But even that was trying to be a popcorn flick, right? It was trying to, you know. I could understand all those movies we just named, all the Godzilla and Kong movies, right? And the ones where they pair it up. Them sitting in a room giving a thumbs up, like, oh yeah, I can see this making money. This script is whatever. I can see what y'all got laid out. Yeah, let's make these movies. Let's get this cash, right? I can see that. I don't understand who's sitting in meetings saying, oh yeah, man, Superman L is awesome. This looks like it's gonna be cash money. Now, the point that we're making on this last bit of conversation that we're having is allegedly this looks like laundering. Allegedly, I'm a bookend it like that, right? It just does. It just does. Like, they don't look like they're highly focused on making quality films. And then the ones that are, because Sinners was Warner Brothers, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Right.
And they try to act like, bro.
They go out and protect it.
No, bro. Look, because how I know that was Warner Brothers was that they wasn't trying to give Mike DeLuca and Pam Matthews no credit. Right?
No credit, exactly.
They was like, hey, bro, look, man. Did Sinners save their job?
Crazy.
Right? Nah.
Even though they haven't had a lot of L's.
Crazy.
They've had ones that got pushed out into the ecosystem, into the zeitgeist as L's, all hardcore. You know what I'm saying? Like Joker 2.
After fucking notes from James Gunn. You know what I mean? Crazy, dog.
Hey, either way you want to look at it, you could say it was all them, but it was still like that's one L. And I don't know. I'm blanking here. I'm not trying to protect them, but I can't think of them having a lot of L's, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, regardless, it's weird to have a studio and
Kong's adopted kid was funny. Y'all hating.
Man.
Bro, that movie was
you about to make
me in there, bro. I'm about to go back. If you don't get this propaganda ass, no, I'm just waiting.
Bro.
Oh my God.
Hey, if you look up cheeks in the dictionary, GXK will be right there, bro, as an example. Cheeks. GXK, bro, with a picture. And a scientist next to it pointing to it like, this is accuracy. Fucking cheeks. But nah, anyway. Long story short, if you run in the studio and you're trying to make money, if you want your films to make your studio money, I don't think you greenlight Superman L. I just don't. It's nothing personal. It's just weird. But then we know why, because there's really no incentive to have your movies make your studio money if you're still making buku cash while producing crap, right? Like, what incentive do you have? You're gutting a company and you're still getting a shit ton of money. You have zero incentive to give a shit about what the movies do.
Yeah, facts, yo.
That's my point. You know what I mean? Allegedly. I have to say that, I guess, just in case.
All right. This is funny, bro. He said James Gunn's Temu Superman.
Insulting Temu like that.
Mom better said, while you two are together, please record a reaction. You know what? We're gonna have to do that on like a separate thing. I'll do something.
Yeah.
I'll do something because I don't do that now because I'm end up having to start like break shit down. You know what I'm saying? I can't just get on up out of here after watching it. Yeah, nah, that is hilarious, bro. Yeah, just in closing, I just want to say, you know, these things don't happen in a vacuum. As I've kind of shown, it's not just us that are in the fucking Zack Snyder fan base, the Snyder cultists, the Snyder fans, the Snyder Bros, whatever you want to call it. It's not just the Zack Snyder fans, and there seems to be a push, and I brought this up earlier. I think this speaks to the climate that surrounds these conversations. That everybody that wants to even say something negative about this movie, that are like real like content creators for the most part, they always have to couch these statements by saying, I'm not a Zack Snyder cultist or whatever. Like, that just means that they know that there's a stigma there for anybody that tries to even speak up. They're fucking attacked. Ari Spears said the same thing. He's like, yo, y'all swear y'all swear I'm a fucking Snyder cultist pretty much, right? And it's like, in reality, they're just fans. They're just guys. They're just girls. That Snarky J video. She's just a chick who likes movies. And she said, hey, I'm not even necessarily a fan of Zack Snyder's Superman. But even she was like, yo, this is like a Party City suit. And this, that, and the third. And, why isn't it a white lab? And why is there all these self-inserts? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? You see Bill Simmons. Why? You're right. Why does this movie exist? Like, are you
going to go see it in theaters?
Absolutely. No way. No way. He said there's no way.
The way he said it was hilarious. He made a face and everything. Like, what?
It's crazy, bro. Like, I'm not really interested in, conversations that just are narrative driven, right? Or where they're trying to have people play along with shit that isn't even real. Like, I was having this conversation with my pops the other day, and he was just going in about how, like, it's so crazy how you can just see shit that is on the internet that isn't true, and you can just, and people just they just can go down this rabbit hole forever on some shit that's just not even true, and then it just creates this whole like alternate reality where you have the Twitter space and how they feel about this movie, and it just doesn't seem to reflect reality at all. And the people that I have heard that said that, you know, they like it, they're part of that, you know, they are part of that. Where is it? That 548,000 people that finished Peacemaker season 1, you know? Like, they're part of that 548K. So if they be trying to tell us, hey, y'all only got 40 people, all right, cool. Y'all got 548K. You know?
Right.
Facts.
Can't even hit a mill.
Crazy, bro.
On a freaking television series that's
Crazy,
supposed to be
bro.
popular.
When the Penguin hit 5 million homes, dog. 5 million. A million. Right? No. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Right? But yeah. Nah, this was a super dope stream. We are about to get on up out of here. I got something else planned for tomorrow. This should be a very, very fun stream. And you know, I think that you guys are going to be happy with the conversation, right? And maybe a little bit shocked at what we're talking about too, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun, right? I am loving my new schedule and being able to lock in with you guys almost like on a daily basis, especially on this channel in like a live format, right? But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to all this stuff. How you feeling, Leon, before we get on out of here, Brody?
Oh man. First and foremost, I'd like to formally say, yo, the new look on the channel and the upgrade and your energy and, you know, your will and your passion for this stuff is all very inspiring, man. Like, when you're back and when you're up, so is the syndicate. You feel me? So shout out to you, man. And shout out to you going full head of steam in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because like they called you, man. They called you the mastermind, remember?
The mastermind, bro. That's what it was, dog.
That's wild as hell.
And then
if
now
you know type shit. Or replay this stream to find out.
And then now we're getting Lex Luthor, bro.
Crazy.
With monkey-like creatures, bro. Controlling bots, creating hashtags.
Talking about some damn super shit.
Mastermind.
But yeah, bro, I'm excited. And I, on my channel, as a result of this inspiration, will be coming back full steam too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I do. Just set your notification bell. I'll pop up at some point. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, nah, I can't wait. It's gonna be all kind of fun stuff coming from this channel, yo. I'm about to be doing all kind of.
Oh yeah.
I'll actually be playing in like a basketball game this weekend too. I'm gonna try to get
tell me about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some footage from that. You know what I'm saying? And so that should be pretty dope too. Yeah, man.
Some of that go outside energy and shit.
Right? And see, because look, when we be over here having these hoop conversations, I don't just be talking, dog. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And I need y'all to know that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so everybody be trying to, hey, guard me, bro.
Facts. Lace them up.
Oh my God, bro.
Shuffle them feet.
Guard me. Check the rock, bro.
Hey, should I let them in on a conversation we had this past weekend about what my activities? Nah, that's too much though.
No.
That would be nuts, right?
The car wash? Nah. Bro.
Yeah, bro.
They cannot know about the car wash.
That's a lot of go outside.
Yeah. They'd have to be outside a long time before some shit like that happens.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, it's crazy, bro. Yeah, look. Man, Michael said, "Can't believe I missed the stream." Hey, man, look, it's still gonna be there, bro.
Oh yeah, you a part of replay crew now, bro.
Right,
Congratulations. Yeah. That's what's up.
All right, what's going on? Hey, thanks, Necron. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out to the producer. You know what I'm saying? The good Austin.
Hey. Anyway, we about to get on out of here, man. I'll be checking in with y'all tomorrow. Got a dope stream planned. Got a very, very fun conversation where I'm probably gonna be bringing y'all some exclusive information. I see, bro. They don't even know, dog.
They don't be knowing.
They don't even know, dog. He said, "Whatever, LeBron is overrated." Guard me, Necron. Guard me, bro.
Hey, that would be funny, bro.
Guard me, bro.
Hey, next time we meet up, we might have to hoop, bro.
Bro, all y'all getting it, bro. Bro, guard me, dog. Hey, that's what I'm about to start telling all y'all, bro. Check the rock, bro. Just check the rock.
Hey, look at Mama Bear saying.
Sky don't delete his streams. Yo. Nah, man. We don't. Look, I damn sure don't fucking delete my streams and then turn around and be like, oh my God, I got demonetized. No shit. all your fucking content's gone, dipshit.
That's funny as hell when you put it like that. I don't know what happened, guys.
I just got demonetized all of a sudden. We ain't got no watch hours, bro. That's how.
What are you, some kind of idiot?
Yeah. Samsonite. I was way off. Anyway, let's go next. Darshan says, Sky, can you become a scooper? It will be real fun. Man, look, no, bro, they can't handle me scooping. Like, no, and I don't have any like interest in doing that. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not. No, I know what I'm about to do. I don't know what they about to do. You know what I'm saying? but I know what I'm about to do, and I got a plan. And me becoming a scooper is like not in the cards. You know what I mean? Like. But
anytime we've ever broken scoops like that, it's just been on some natural, organic shit.
Yeah.
Like the one I did for Superman L being trash.
Yeah.
I got 2 sources on that.
Yeah.
That work in the industry.
And what was it? Like tomorrow I'll be getting I should have some exclusive information for y'all. You know what I'm saying? About a situation that y'all would probably want to know about. You know? So we'll see what's up. We gonna see. We gonna see. All right, but yeah, we'll check y'all tomorrow. Y'all be sure to be on the lookout for that stream. It will be probably going up shortly. So yep. Any last words, Brody?
Bang.
He said, "Motherfucker stealing my bang, bro." They can't even. He said, "Motherfucker said bang."
Facts, bro.
I'll take off on somebody if it's trying to steal that, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy, bro. Hey, if y'all ever hear anybody saying bang before a stream fucking end, come tell me, bro.
Facts. We'll lace them up. Hey, strap them up, all of that, bro.
Hey,
I'll go.
Guard me, dog. Bro. That's all, bro. I'm
you
about to give him that Mike Breen bang. Bang! Oh, man. Yo, we'll catch y'all next time. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Bang.